Hello, my dear boys and girls, are you ready? Yup. So people, I hope all of you are ready. Let's get started. A very warm welcome to each and every boy and girl present in this class. Welcome people. Glad to see all of you here. So if you're all ready, we shall get started with the Mega Mock Test 2 that we have brought for you as a team. So we will be starting off this with mathematics, which I'll be discussing. Then you'll have physics with Shreyas sir, and finally you will conclude this mock test with Wasim sir, chemistry. Okay, so shall we get started people? Everybody, let me know in the chat with a fire, with a thumbs up and a yo. With that energy, we will begin and we will rock this session. How many of you are better prepared than yesterday? Are you all better prepared than yesterday? Because yesterday I saw that many of you did not know formulas. I even scolded some of you. Go revise the formula and come back. I hope today you have come revised, you have come prepared. Yes? So shall we get started? Fantastic people. Hello everyone. Bhaskar, Adya, Jeremiah, Agil, Ashwin, Shreya, Charita, Vijaya is also here. So nice to see you here people. Let's have a fabulous time together. Let's begin. So people, this session you are gonna hear the mathematics part from Shimon sir. For those who are here for the very first time, let me introduce myself. So people, my name is Shimon Joseph and I am a graduate of IIT Madras. So I was also like you a few years back. I prepared for all these competitive exams. I was a state topper in JEE Mains, Tamil Nadu, and then I went on to clear advance and I graduated a few years back from IIT Madras. Okay, so if you guys want to reach out to me, if you want to be my friend, you can follow me on Instagram and you can message me on Telegram also. My ID is given here. Everywhere my ID is the same. Instagram and Telegram, it is Shimon_Joseph. Okay. So these are my details. If you are interested to know, you can go through it. I will share the PDF later. Right now, without any further delay, let's begin our session. So people, have you all smashed that like button? And if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, because this is a channel where we teach in English. So many of you who cannot understand Hindi or who cannot understand any other language but English, then for you guys, this is a boon. This is a gift, isn't it? So please make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out on any high quality lecture that is coming out from this channel. Okay? And in this channel, we teach for both JEE as well as NEET. Got it? Perfect. So people, with that said, let's begin. This is the very first question. First question itself is fantastic. Okay, first question itself is fantastic. You will love it. Let's all discuss this together once you guys are done. Okay, everybody try to solve it. Think of a way, think of an approach. Once you guys are done trying, I'll help you. Okay, go for it, go for it. Hello, Elan me, Vanakkam man, Rihan, welcome Rihan. Hema Priya, very good, superb. Vijaya has liked the video yesterday. Guys, whenever you enjoy the question, whenever you feel happy that you are learning something great through this video, smash that like button and leave a comment, because we would love to know, guys. Okay, we teachers love to hear that from students. So make sure you leave a comment, leave a like whenever you come watch a live session here in Vedantu Enlite. Okay, cool. So shall we begin? Come on guys, what is the answer? Please let me know the answer and count your score. I told you I need to know how much you are scoring. Okay, so after every session, in the chat, in the comment section, I want you to put how much you scored. Okay, so try to catch up guys, everybody. Very good, very good, very good. Yes, Agil, it is a good college man. If that is your best choice, go for it. Very good. Sai Venkatesh, congrats. I'm so happy for you. That's an amazing score. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. Justin Cherry, welcome Justin. Nice to have you here. Shiva Prasad, very good evening. So everybody says option B. Is option B correct or is it option A? Shall we have a look at it? Everybody ready? Are you all ready? The answer I think is option B. So all those who said B, I guess you guys are right. Sir, how sir? This is a very good question. Is this of JEE Mains level? Yes, it is proper JEE Main level. Okay, it's a good question. And where did I take it from? I took it from NTA Abhyas. NTA Abhyas is the mock test provided to you by the government. So there is a very high chance you will get questions from this. So better prepare that also if you want some additional practice. Okay, so let's try to solve it. First, what I'll do is I will use King's rule. Okay, so this is I1 guys. Okay, this is I1. So I will use King's rule. So if I use King's rule, what will happen? Same limits. Instead of x, I'll put a plus b minus x. A plus b. So a plus b minus x. So x will become 1 minus x. Correct? X will become 1 minus x into sine of 1 minus x into 1 minus x minus 1. Correct? 1 minus x minus 1. Are you all clear with that? So I'll get minus x dx. Are you all happy with this? My dear boys and girls, everybody clear? Everybody cool? So shall we move forward? Yep. Very good, very good. Now it's a pretty simple question, guys. So now you can just open it. I1 is equal to what? I1 is equal to what? Now can you guys open it and solve it? It is going to be a piece of cake. It is going to be a piece of cake. I guess here also it should be 1 minus x, guys. Okay. I think they have written it wrong, but anyway, it should have been 1 minus x. And when you split it open, you will get integral minus 1 to 2. You will have what? 1 into sine 1 minus x into minus x. So sine of 1 minus x into minus x is what you have. And then you will have what? Minus x into minus of that. It will become plus. Correct? It will become plus. So if it becomes plus, what will you have? You will have plus integral of minus 1 to 2. You will have sine of x into 1 minus x. Is that okay? Everybody? Are you all clear with this? So this will be what? I1 is equal to minus I1 plus I2. So 2I1 will be equal to I2. And from there, you will get I1 by I2 is equal to half. So this is a question based on your King's rule and properties of definite integrals. I hope you all liked it. Please change the question, guys. Here it should be I1. Okay. That is a small typing error. I hope you're all clear. If that is all right, please let me know in the chat. How many of you enjoyed it? If you guys loved it, please let me know in the chat with a yo, with a thumbs up. So shall we move forward? Are you guys happy? Everybody please let me know quickly, fast. Are you all done? Fantastic people. Okay, so the correction in the question is this should be I1 and this should be 1 minus x, guys. Okay, perfect. So with that, let us proceed to the next question over here. Yes. Selva, that's why I said in the question also x minus 1 you have to change it as 1 minus x. Okay. Perfect. Okay, with that people, let's go to the next question. Everybody try to solve it. This is again a very interesting question. Good one. Arun, vanakkam man, nice to see you. Perfect. So shall we move forward? Quickly people, quickly. I want all of you to answer fast. Aditya, thank you so much, man. Is this the first question? Yes, Santosh. We just completed the first question. This is the second one. Pinky, welcome. Rishikesh, welcome man. Nice to see you here. Manideep, very good evening. Okay, Vijaya, that's awesome. Bhavya, very good evening. So guys, what is the answer over here? Everybody try it out. Venum Madhav, Praveen, very good Praveen. King for entertainment. Kaushik, Praveen Gaud. Then who else? Madhu Karthik, very good Madhu Karthik. Brilliant work, man. Satvika, welcome Satvika. Nice to see you here. Ponala Bhaskar, Roshant, you guys are all absolutely correct. So yes, the answer for this question is option C. How do we get option C? Let me tell you guys how to solve it. Listen carefully, okay? Let me tell you how to solve it. Please listen carefully. So what we do here is, I will take the integral as integral of 2 to the power 2x plus x. I write as 2 to the power 2 to the power x into 2 to the power x dx. Is that okay? Are you all cool with that? Is everybody fine with this? Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take 2 to the power 2 to the power x as t. So if I differentiate it, I'll get 2 to the power 2 to the power x into ln2 into 2 to the power x. Again, I have to differentiate it. So that will be again 2 to the power x ln2 with dx is equal to dt. Are you all clear? Everybody okay with it? Because 2 to the power 2 to the power x derivative is 2 to the power 2 to the power x ln2. Now whatever I took as x by chain rule, I have to differentiate it. That will be 2 to the power x ln2 dx. Okay, so I will get 2 to the power 2 to the power x into 2 to the power x ln2 square dx is dt. So I will get 2 to the power 2 to the power x into 2 to the power x dx is equal to dt by ln2 whole square. Is that right? So 2 to the power 2 to the power x into 2 to the power x dx, I can replace it as dt by ln2 square. So that will be t by ln2 square plus c. So what is t? T is 2 to the power 2 to the power x by ln2 square plus c. So now compare. Lambda is 1 by ln2 square. So lambda is 1 by ln2 whole square. But we want root lambda. So root lambda will be root of this, which will be 1 by ln2. Did you all like it? Was it awesome? Very good. Arun, congrats man. Fantastic. Sai Viswanath, superb. Yes. Shreyas sir already made video on tricks and tips to follow for JEE Mains. Refer to that. Okay. So people, did you all enjoy it? If you all enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. A to the power x by ln a. Jazz. Come on, Jazz. That is for integration. When I am using substitution, I differentiate. When you differentiate, a power x differentiation is a power x ln a. Don't forget that. It is a power x ln a. Okay. Hello Mokshadna. Welcome. Nice to see you. Fantastic. Vijaya, I am glad you are able to follow. That's awesome. Manikanta, Adya, Rose, Deepthi. Very good. Mudavat Prashant, I will share the PDF of this lecture after the class. What is the order of subjects? First maths, next physics, last chemistry. So first I'll teach the questions which I have brought. Then Shreyas sir will come with physics questions. And finally we'll have Azim sir with chemistry questions. Okay. So shall we move forward, guys? Everybody? So yeah, with that, let's go to the next one. Everyone should try it out. Come on, guys. Very nice question. Very nice question. All of you give it a try. I am sure you are able to get the hang of it. Quick. Bharadwaj, please pull the video back, Bharadwaj. You will be able to follow, man. Okay. That is the advantage of YouTube. All you need to do is just pull the video back and watch it again. You will be able to get the hang of it. Shruti, thank you so much, Shruti. Lot of people from Hyderabad, Telangana, Andhra, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka. Great, great, great. That's awesome. Very nice to have you all here. Fantastic. Sir, please go fast. Kaushik, yes, we will cover everything. Don't worry. Like I said, I will take 1 hour time to cover all the questions which I have brought. Let's use that properly. Very true. Venu Madhav. Every question of integration, substitution will have a chance to appear. Okay. So you have to keep your mind open. Thank you, Adya. So people, shall we solve this question? First of all, whenever they give you a question like this and they're asking you the derivative, you need to check the neighborhood. What you should do? You should check the neighborhood. Okay. Okay. Are you all clear with that? So when I check the neighborhood, I hope I have spelled it right, but yeah, let's come back to this. Let's come to mathematics. Let's worry about English later. Okay. So in the neighborhood of 5 pi by 4, I want to check. Okay. So 5 pi by 4 is third quadrant. In the third quadrant, sin x is negative. Okay. So if sin x is negative, it will become modulus of sin x will become minus of sin x. Correct na? Why, sir? Because if sin x is negative, mod sin x is equal to minus sin x. Is that okay, people? Everybody clear? Are you all happy with that? Fantastic, na? Everybody? Superb. So mod sin x is minus sin x. So minus of minus sin x will become plus sin x. Now only I completed one modulus. Again, this JEE Main question, na? One more modulus is there. So we have to use our brain. We have to think how to get rid of this modulus, because without the modulus only we can differentiate. If modulus is there, you cannot differentiate. First, simplify it, find what is the function in that neighborhood, and then only you have to differentiate. Before that, you cannot. So again, I have to handle this. Now, tan near 5 pi by 4. Tan 5 pi by 4 is approximately how much? It is approximately 1, positive 1. And sine of 5 pi by 4 is approximately minus 1 by root 2. So if I add these two, it is positive. If I add these two, it is positive. So I know in the vicinity of 5 pi by 4, this inside quantity is positive. In the vicinity of 5 pi by 4, this inside quantity is positive. Therefore, y will be tan x plus sin x. That's it. Laddu max. That's it. Are you all happy with it? Was it ultra legendary? Now you can differentiate. Very easy question. dy by dx is equal to what? Derivative of tan x is secant square x. Derivative of sin x is cos x. Now put 5 pi by 4. So 5 pi by 4 means it will be 2. So it will be 2 minus 1 by root 2. So that's the answer. I hope you guys liked it. So it's going to be option B, which is the right answer. Is that correct? Did I do it right? Please check it, people. How many of you enjoyed this question? Was it ultimate? Was it next level? This is the way you can get questions in your actual exam. So better be ready for it. Don't be scared of modulus. As soon as you see modulus, you will leave the question. Don't do that. Modulus questions can be solved. You just need to think a little bit. Check what is happening in the vicinity of that particular value of x. Got it? So shall we move forward? Everybody? Fantastic, people. Fantastic. So yeah, with that, let us go forward to the next question. These kind of questions I have solved plenty of times. I have solved plenty of times in our lectures. So please try it out, my dear boys and girls. Everybody go for it. I want maximum participation. And people, if you are enjoying the video, smash the like button. and share this to your friends who are all preparing for JEE Mains. More the merrier always, isn't it? Very good, Vijaya, that's awesome. One more question on this. Kanaka Durga, yes. Again, it's based on the properties of determinant. Try to solve it, guys. Very good. If cos comes in modulus, play music, again the same approach, because cos is also negative in the third quadrant. Okay? Very good. How do we solve this? Very good, Selva Ariyaran. Very good. I am glad you learnt it. So guys, do you agree second row and third row are constants? Second row and third row are constants. Do you agree? How many of you agree with me on that? Sir, yes sir. You are right, sir. Do you guys agree? Everybody cool with it? Yup, no problem. Fantastic, guys, fantastic. Very good. So now you guys can just add it all up. Okay, you guys can just add it all up. Now, if two rows are constants, I can sum with respect to the first row, which is having variable. See, R is there. This one is constant, okay? So, I can write sigma delta R equal to 1 to m as, I will take sigma inside. It will become sigma 2r minus 1, sigma mcr, sigma 1, and second row and third row will be constants. Second row and third row will be constants. Are you all happy with it? Everybody? Are you guys clear with it? Please let me know in the chat. Yeah, everybody fine with this? Now people, let's try to sum it up. It is from r equal to 0 to m. 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 So 0 to m means how many times I am adding? M plus 1 times. M plus 1 times. Correct? Because 0 to m. M plus 1 times. So m plus 1 times 1 will be m plus 1. And this is what? MC0. First R is 0. Then R is 1. Then R is 2. Then R is 3. Then R is 4. Like that all the way up to m. So that is nothing but 2 power m. Correct? That is nothing but 2 power m. Because it is nothing but the sum of all the binomial coefficients. Sum of all the binomial coefficient is 2 power m. And now what is this one? The first one. The first one is sum of all the odd numbers but starting from minus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 5 all the way up to 2m minus 1. What is the sum of first n odd natural numbers? The sum of first n odd natural numbers is n square. So it will be minus 1 plus sum of first m odd numbers is m square. So it is m square minus 1. So I will replace this as m square minus 1. Sir, first row and second row are identical, sir. So answer is 0. Muttai. Did you guys like it? Was it amazing? Are you all happy with this? My dear boys and girls, did you all understand the way I solved it? Very good. How other two rows are constant? Dansika. Okay, Danishka. I am sorry. I confused with someone else. So, Danishka. The reason why these two are constant is because m is a constant. M is a constant, okay? That's why. Whereas R is a variable. When I say variable, it takes different values. It takes different values. So that is what is given over here. Okay? See, R goes from 0 to m. R goes from 0 to m. So that is why R is the changing parameter. M is a constant. Got it? So second row and third row, you have only m. You don't have anything else. So second row and third row are fixed. They are not changing. So only first row is changing. So that is important for the property to work. Otherwise the property will not work. Okay. The property is property of determinants, which says if two rows are fixed, then you can add two determinants by merging the first row which is changing. Got it? Are you all clear? Everybody happy with that? Fantastic, people. How was it m plus 1? Anirudh, when you start counting from 0, if I tell you, Anirudh, how many numbers are there from 0 to 4? Anirudh, how many numbers are there from 0 to 4? Sir, 0 to 4, 4 numbers, sir. That is when you are in LKG. I can agree that mistake. But when you are in 12th standard, 0 to 4 will have 5 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, likewise, 0 to m will have m plus 1 terms. Is that okay? Now, did you get it? Are you happy with that? Okay, so with that, shall I move forward? Yes? Okay, very good. I am glad you guys are all able to follow. So yeah, with that, let us proceed to the next one. Okay, so this is the next question. Very simple. This and all I always teach. I regularly teach these concepts, so please solve it properly. Everybody. All of you, please try to solve it. Quick, 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 quick. Come on, people. Try to do it fast. This is very important. This may not be a very tough question, but this logic is used in solving many series questions. Okay. This logic is used in solving many series questions. So yeah, please try it out, people. I want everybody to participate. I want maximum participation. Come on, guys. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Don't give up. Everybody go for it. Quick, quick, quick. Ramcharan, fantastic. Madhu, I think you're right, man. Madhu Karthik, I think you're right. We will check it. We will check it. But guys, doesn't first option and last option look same? Right? First and last option is basically the same. So yeah, A or D, both are right. You guys are lucky. 50% probability. Okay. Great, great, great. So yeah, people, the answer for this question is A or D. Hello, Bhavani. Okay. So everybody, listen carefully. It's a nice question. So first of all, A1, A2, A3 are in arithmetic progression. So can I say A2 minus A1 equal to D, A3 minus A2 equal to D? Is that okay? So I will write this D as A2 minus A1. Correct, na? D as A3 minus A2. Are you guys okay? Did you all love it? Are you guys enjoying it? Did you all understand the way I have simplified it? Yep.
I will stream.
I think I am. Guys, am I audible? Am I audible to everyone? Fast. Am I audible to every one of you? Quickly let me know in the chats. Quickly let me know in the chats. Quickly let me know in the chats if I'm audible to every one of you. I think it should be fine now, yeah? All right, people, just give me a second. All right, people, so I welcome you all again back to your Vedantu Enlite channel. I hope you all are doing well. So basically there was some issue with Shimon sir's, internet. I don't know what was it exactly. I was just sleeping and suddenly he called me, right? So quickly give me some green signal from the chats if I'm perfectly audible and visible to every one of you. Right, people? I would want you guys to call up all of your friends. Let me just check the connectivity. Is it all okay or not? All right, people are saying it's loud and clear. Wonderful. Wonderful, guys. All right. So people, your maths discussion, it will be in some time because there were some connectivity issue, internet issues with Shimon sir, right? So as I told you, I was just sleeping, yes, and I had to come up like this only, right? Perfect. So till Shimon sir gets his internet issue sorted, let's try to do the chemistry mock test till then, right? So before starting this particular session, my dear people, the ones who have just joined in, the ones who are new to the channel, I'll just quickly introduce myself. So my name is Wasim Bhatt, and I'm your chemistry master teacher right here on this Vedantu Enlite channel, right? Well, the ones who have not liked the video yet, please do like the video, share the video with all of your friends, do subscribe to the channel, and do not forget to hit the bell icon as well, okay? Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. Sir, where is yesterday's ghost? I don't know where it is. Yeah, I didn't see it afterwards. All right, people, quickly let me know in the chats if all of you are super duper excited for the chemistry discussion now. Quickly in the chats, my dear people, if all of you are super duper excited about the chemistry discussion. Yes, welcome back to the mega mock test 2 of your complete chemistry. Perfect, guys. So let's get going then. Let's get started with the chemistry discussion, my dear people, with the first question, which is going to be on your screen in 3, 2, 1, and now. This is the first question on your screen from the chapter Thermodynamics, right? Let's get to know how do we solve this sort of a question. Someone is saying live stopped. Is that? I'm perfectly visible, guys. I can see it from my phone, right? Just a second, just let me share the same link in the Telegram group once. Yes, it's done. All right. Perfect, guys, perfect. So let's get going. let's get started with the chemistry discussion first, with this first question which is on your screen. Let's see how this sort of a question is to be solved, my dear people. Look at the question carefully and understand the terminology of the question. See exactly what is given in the question. 1 mole of a liquid which is at a pressure of 1 bar and its volume is 100 milliliters, right, is taken in an adiabatic container and the pressure increases steeply to 100 bar. Then at constant pressure of 100 bar, volume decreases by 1 ml. Calculate delta U and delta H for the process. See exactly how am I going to solve this question. Understand? So basically in this particular question, our system is this liquid. This liquid is my system first of all in the equation. The liquid which is given in the equation, that is my system, right? Well, my dear people, the system was kept at 1 bar pressure and its volume was 100 ml. Then slowly the pressure of this system, the pressure of this liquid was increased to 100 bar. Then the pressure was exactly kept 100 bar, right? At this constant pressure of 100 bar, volume decreased by 1 ml. So we are keeping the pressure of the liquid exactly as 100 bar, and what we are doing exactly, we are decreasing the volume of the liquid. And decrease in the volume of the liquid, which I am representing by delta V, will be equal to minus 1 milliliter over here. What does this minus signify over here? It signifies that the volume of the liquid has decreased. Volume of the liquid has decreased, right? Perfect. When the pressure of the system is kept 100 bar, the volume of the system is decreased by 1 ml. That means change in the volume. Change in the volume of the liquid will be minus 1 ml. And this minus signifies that volume of the system is decreasing with time. As simple as that. Number 1. Number 2, my dear people. Number 2, have a look. Since the walls of the container are adiabatic, and you know, if the walls of the container are adiabatic, there will be no heat exchange between system and surroundings, right? So I must say heat exchanged between system and surroundings and at constant pressure, because we are keeping the pressure constant, right? Heat exchange between system and surroundings at constant pressure. What do we call it as? Do we call it as delta H? Absolutely. Since there is no heat exchange, so delta H value, that means QP value is equal to 0, right? So first question is done. You got to know delta H is equal to 0. Yes? Now the point number 2. What is that? Let's calculate the work done. Let's calculate the work done. It is simply going to be equal to minus P delta V, right? This is how I'll be calculating work done. Now, my dear people, pressure of the system is kept how much? Pressure of the system is kept 100 bar, right? And change in the volume is minus 1 milliliter. Perfect. So instead of these two terminologies, I'm just writing 100 over here. It is going to be 100, and what is going to be the unit of this work over here? Since pressure I'm using in bar and delta V, change in volume, I'm using in milliliters. Perfect. So W value is equal to 100 bar milliliter. Now, first of all, let me convert this bar milliliter into bar liter. So I'll be just dividing this term with 1000, then only I can say the units are now going to be in bar liters, right? I'm sure all of you are familiar with the fact 1 bar liter is equal to 100 joules. 1 bar liter is equal to 100 joules. So if I multiply this term with 100 as well, I'll be getting the value exactly in joules, right? So have a look. These 3 zeros and these 3 zeros got cancelled out. So the value of W came out to be 10 joules. Since we calculated the value of delta H, since we calculated the value of W, now it is the time to calculate the value of delta U. And how do I calculate delta U? I'll be using the first law of thermodynamics. Delta U is equal to Q plus W, right? Since we are keeping the pressure of the system constant, and at constant pressure, heat absorbed or heat released by the system, that is represented by QP. And you already know QP value is equal to 0, right? So delta U is equal to W, and W value we have already calculated, that is 10 joules. So you got to know exactly delta U is equal to 10 joules and delta H is equal to 0. These were the two terminologies which I was supposed to calculate as far as the question is concerned, right? Clearly, my dear people, let me know in the chats if it is super clear to everyone. Yes? Be careful. There is only one thing where the student commits mistake in this particular question. That is the sign conventions. Sorry, that is the units, right? I first of all converted bar milliliter into bar liter. Then I converted bar liter into joules, yeah? Perfect, people? Right. Wonderful. So you got to know exactly the value of delta U and delta H, right? Perfect. Moving on to one more question, my dear people. A very simple and basic question, and I'm damn sure majority of you guys should be able to answer this question. What do you think about this one? Quickly. Very simple memory-based question. Boiling of hard water is helpful in removing the temporary hardness by converting calcium hydrogen carbonate and magnesium hydrogen carbonate into what? Into calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide. Isn't it simple and basic? Isn't it memory-based, my dear people? Basically, when you heat up, when you boil the hard water, what happens? Your calcium bicarbonate, it gets converted into calcium carbonate. And this calcium carbonate gets settled down in the bottom of the container in the form of precipitate. In the similar way, your magnesium bicarbonate gets converted into magnesium hydroxide. As simple as that. Very simple and basic question. And I'm sure majority of you guys are going to remember it from now onwards. Yes? Moving on to one more question, my dear people. The question is from the chapter Solution. Let's get to know how to solve this question. A very simple and basic one again. Have a look. The question says, when 20 grams of naphthoic acid, alright, when 20 grams of naphthoic acid is dissolved in 50 grams of benzene. So this naphthoic acid is my solute over here, and mass of solute, which I'm representing by W2, is equal to 20 grams, right? Is dissolved in 50 grams of benzene. Benzene is my solvent in this case, and what is the mass of solvent which I'm using? That's 50 grams. Depression in freezing point, Kf is given to us, right? A freezing point depression of 2 Kelvin is observed. So delta Tf value, depression in freezing point, is equal to 2 Kelvin. Perfect. The Van 't Hoff factor I will be. Isn't it very simple and basic, my dear people? What exactly I'm going to use in this question? I'll be using the colligative property, that is depression in freezing point is equal to Van 't Hoff factor multiplied by Kf multiplied by molality of the solution. Yes, as simple as that. Now people, delta Tf, that is depression in freezing point, that's given to me as 2, is equal to I, we need to calculate Kf value, that's equal to 1.72 Kelvin kg per mole. Molality of the solution is equal to mass of solute multiplied by 1000 divided by molar mass of solute, and this is mass of solvent in grams, right? As simple as that. Now if I ask you, what is the molar mass of this particular solute? C11. Molar mass of carbon is 12, 12 multiplied by 11. So how much that comes out to be? 11 to 22, 11, 1, 11, 132, right? Hydrogen 8, so plus 8. Perfect. Oxygen 2, that means 32, just add it up. 8 to 10 to 12, right? 3, 3, 6, 1, 7, right? It's going to be 172. So 172 is the molar mass of the solute. So instead of M2, I'll be writing 172 in this particular case. What is the value of W1? That is the mass of solvent, mass of benzene, that's 50 grams. W2, mass of solute, that is the mass of naphthoic acid. How much that is? That is 20 grams. Perfect. Now you just have got one equation which just contains one variable, that is the Van 't Hoff factor, and I'm damn sure you can solve this particular equation and get the value of Van 't Hoff factor over here, right? That is something which you were supposed to calculate. Perfect. So this is one of the simplest approach which you are using in this particular equation to calculate the value of Van 't Hoff factor. That's all. Perfect. Well, there is one more method by means of which you can solve it, right? You can use this particular relation, actual molecular weight divided by calculated molecular weight. Anyways, you are going to get the same answer, that's 0.5. Right, people? Option 1. Moving on to the next one. Increasing rate of SN1 reaction in the following compounds. Which of the following will show maximum rate towards SN1? What do you think? My dear people, I hope you know, in case of SN1 reactions, what do we get? The first step is basically the formation of carbocation. That is the first step, ionization step, if you remember, right? So basically, what I'll be doing, I'll be just making the carbocation in all the cases, then I'll check the stability of the carbocation. More the stability of the carbocation, more is going to be the reactivity of substrate towards SN1. So I'll say rate of SN1 will be directly proportional to the stability of the carbocation. Will be directly proportional to stability of the carbocation. Now what I'll be doing, I'll be making carbocation in every possible case in this one, right? What is the carbocation which you get in first case? Just remove this I as I negative, there'll be a positive charge over here on this carbon. Remove this I as I negative, positive charge on this particular carbon. Remove this I as I negative, positive charge on this particular carbon. And similarly, positive charge on this particular carbon. Now you need to arrange these carbocations on the basis of stability order, right? So look here, my dear people. With respect to this group, with respect to this group, you have got OMe present at the meta position. At meta position, this OMe, it operates minus I effect, right? At meta position. Similarly, you have got this CH3 group present at the para position with respect to this particular group, and when CH3 group is present at the para position, it's going to operate plus hyperconjugation effect, right? Similarly, this is OCH3 present at the para position, so it's going to operate plus M effect, and I'm sure you guys know, carbocations are stabilized by plus effects. Carbocations are stabilized by plus effects, and plus M dominates over plus H, and plus H dominates over plus I, right? So which carbocation is maximum stable? Wherein the group is showing plus M effect. So the carbocation formed in D, that's maximum stable, followed by the carbocation formed in C, and later on you'll be giving preference to A, and then you'll be giving preference to B. This is the stability order of the carbocations which we get in all the 4 cases, and whatever is going to be the stability order, same is going to be the reactivity of these substrates towards SN1. So this is going to be the reactivity order, as simple as that, right? Yes? Perfect, guys. Clear to everyone? Got it? Is it clear to everyone? Let me know in the chats quickly. Let me know in the chats quickly, my dear people. DCAB, yes. D is maximum, right? I mean, this D is showing maximum reactivity towards SN1, followed by C, followed by A, followed by B. DCAB. It's option 2, which is the correct answer of the question. So you just need to form the carbocations, right? And then check the stability of the carbocations. Whatever is going to be the stability of the carbocations, same is going to be the order of reactivity of the substrates towards SN1. As simple as that. I'm moving on to one more. Alright, these are few graphs which are given to my dear people. These are few graphs which are given to us, and all the graphs are between pressure and density for the ideal gas. We need to select which one is correct among all. Let's exactly get to know how to tackle this sort of equation. I'm sure you guys know the density form of ideal gas equation. That is PM is equal to dRT. I'm sure every one of you would be familiar with this equation. PM is equal to dRT, density form of ideal gas equation. Now, my dear people, if I write it like this, P is equal to RT divided by M, and I'll be writing D separately. I can write it like this as well. Yes. Now, first of all, in every case, in all the curves, you're plotting pressure along y-axis, you're plotting density along x-axis. So this whole term becomes my slope. Y is equal to mx. Y is equal to mx means straight line. So the graph between pressure and density is going to be a straight line which will pass through origin. So either it's going to be option C or it's going to be option B. Now I need to identify among 2 and see which one is correct. Now, my dear people, if I ask you, what is the slope of pressure and density curve? The slope of pressure and density curve is equal to, if I talk about the slope of the curve, that's equal to RT divided by M. So can I say slope of the curve is directly proportional to temperature? So that curve which will be having maximum slope will have maximum temperature, right? Now see, this curve is having maximum slope over here. So this curve should be having maximum temperature in this particular case. So T3 should be more than T2, more than T1. So it's option 2, which is going to be the correct answer of this particular equation as well. Yes? Perfectly done. Perfectly done, guys. Just check the slope. Slope of the pressure versus temperature. Sorry. Slope of pressure versus density curve is directly proportional to temperature. So that curve which will be having maximum slope will definitely have maximum temperature. As simple as that. I'm sure this is again clear to every one of you. Moving on to one more question, my dear people. Look at this particular question, a very simple and basic question, and I'm sure you can kill this one, right? And you would have seen in your June attempts, a lot of questions were based from the same concept, right? Which takes less than 30 seconds to solve. So people, have a look. We are given with Bi2S3. We are given with Bi2S3. Now, first of all, you should know how this Bi2S3 undergoes dissociation. How this undergoes dissociation. It's going to get dissociated like this. 2 times Bi tripositive plus 3 times S di negative. That's how it will undergo dissociation. Or if you want to have a look on the general case, if for example AXBY has to undergo dissociation, so it's going to be X times AY positive plus Y times BX negative. This is how your electrolyte, it undergoes dissociation. Perfect. Now, if I ask you, if the solubility of this Bi2S3 is S, then concentration of Bi tripositive is going to be 2S. This is going to be 3S over here, right? Now just write the Ksp expression, my dear people. Ksp expression you are going to write the concentration of Bi tri-positive raised power stoichiometric coefficient, concentration of S di-negative raised power stoichiometric coefficient. Perfect. So Ksp over here is simply going to be, it's going to be 2s raised power 2 and this is going to be 3s raised power 3, which comes out to be 108s raised power 5. Right? Perfect. Now after getting till here, what I'll be doing, I'll say directly your S is going to be equal to Ksp divided by, your S is going to be equal to Ksp divided by 108 whole raised to the power 1 by 5. This is something which I got at the end. Now, my Ksp for Bi2S3 is given to me as 1.08 into 10 raised to the power minus 73 divided by 108 whole raised power 1 by 5. Right? Now, it's a bit of calculation left. So, this is going to be 1, this is going to be 100. Perfect. So, solubility value comes out to be 10 raised power minus 75 whole raised power 1 by 5 whole raised power 1 by 5, which comes out to be how much? 10 raised power minus 5 ones are 5, 5 5s are 25, right? And I'll be writing moles per liter. This is the value of S solubility which we were supposed to calculate. Is there any option like that? Yes, option 1 is the correct answer of the question, my dear people. I'm sure you can easily solve this sort of equation again from now onwards, right? And you would have seen in your first shift these sort of questions were asked, right? Moving on, my dear people, to one more question. This is something which I'm sure majority of you guys would have come across in your preparation, right? The correct order of atomic radius of group 13 elements, right? Group 13 elements, my dear people. What are group 13 elements? Boron, right? Yes, you have got boron, you have got aluminium, right? Then indium, gallium, thallium, right? Perfect. These are your group 13 elements. Now, if I use the normal concept on moving from top to bottom, what happens to size? Size increases. If size increases, that means thallium should be having maximum size, followed by indium, followed by gallium, followed by aluminium, followed by boron. This is the expected order. But is this the actual order? This is not the actual order. What is the expected order? Expected order is something like this. Boron, least size, followed by aluminium, followed by gallium, followed by indium, followed by thallium, right? This is the expected order, but this is not the actual order. Why is that? Because when you move from aluminium to gallium, size actually decreases. What is the reason? The reason is the ineffective shielding of S electrons. Sorry, the ineffective shielding of 3d electrons in gallium. I'm writing it. Due to ineffective shielding of d electrons in gallium, right? Due to ineffective shielding, I must say the size of gallium decreases and it comes out to be less than that of aluminium. Perfect. So the actual order is like this. Boron, you'll be giving priority to gallium then you'll be giving priority to aluminium, then you'll be giving priority to indium, then you'll be giving priority to thallium. This is the actual order. This is the actual order. Look at all the options. Thallium will be having maximum, then indium, right? Then you have got aluminium, then you have got gallium, then you have got boron. Perfect. So it's option C, which is the correct answer of this particular question, my dear people. I'm sure this is clear to every one of you. It's option C, which is the correct answer. Moving on to one more. All right. This is the simplest sort of question which you can expect, right? Because these sort of questions have been asked many a times in your past JEE examination. So what do you think about this particular question? Give it a try. Give it a try, people. I would want answers from you in this question. I would want to know it from you. What do you think about this one? Quickly. What do you think about this one? Quickly. All right, have a look. We are supposed to arrange them on the basis of their Ka value. I'm sure you guys know Ka, more the value of Ka for the acid, more is the strength of the acid. So acidic strength is directly proportional to Ka value. More the Ka value of an acid, more is the acidic strength. So basically you need to arrange them on the basis of acidic strength, right? Now people understand. First of all, I'll be selecting the common reference. Something which is common to every molecule, that is COH. This is my reference in all the cases, right? Now, my dear people, CH3, it is attached at the para position. When CH3 will be attached at para position, it's going to operate plus hyperconjugation effect, plus H effect. CH3 present at the meta position. CH3 at the meta position, it operates plus I effect, right? Plus inductive effect. Because hyperconjugation does not operate through meta positions. This is CCl3. This is CCl3, right? Which is in the form of CX3, and CX3 operates minus M effect, sorry, CX3 operates minus H effect when it's present in the para position. So it's going to operate minus H effect from here. Similarly, CBr3, which is again in the form of CX3, it's again going to operate minus hyperconjugation effect, right? CCl3 at the meta, it's going to operate minus I effect. Right, people? Because from your meta positions, hyperconjugation does not operate. Perfect. Now, you guys must have studied acidic strength is directly proportional to minus effects. Right? Acidic strength is directly proportional to minus effects. And do remember, minus M dominates over minus H and minus H dominates over minus I. So is there any species showing minus M? No, there is no species showing minus M over here. Right? Now leave minus M aside. Now give priority to minus H. Now this one is showing minus H and this one is showing minus H. Now which one is showing more minus H? Let me tell you, CBr3 shows more minus H than that of your CCl3. So I'll be giving priority to D first. After D, I'll be giving priority to C. Then after C, I'll be giving priority to E, right? Because it's minus I, right? Then you have got plus I and plus H. So then you'll be giving priority to B, and at the end, you'll be giving priority to A. This is the acidic strength order. So this is the order of Ka as well. Look at all the options, my dear people. D is having maximum D, C, E, B, A. This is D, C, B, E. Wait, what is it? D, C, this is E, and this is B, this is A. So it's option 2, it's the correct answer of the question. Right? So do remember, there is only one thing which you need to know in this particular case. Minus H power of CBr3 is more than that of minus H power of CCl3. That's something which you need to know. All the other things are clear. Right? Acidic strength directly proportional to minus effect, and minus M dominates over minus H dominates over minus I. Right? Perfect. So it was supposed to be option 2, which is the correct answer of the question. All right, the metal ion in gaseous state with lowest spin only magnetic moment. So basically you are supposed to calculate their spin magnetic moment, right? You're supposed to calculate their spin magnetic moment. For that purpose, you need to write their electronic configuration, will be done, right? Just write their electronic configuration and you will be done. You have got vanadium, scandium, titanium, vanadium. So 3d3, 4s2. But this is vanadium dipositive, so take 2 electrons out. If I take 2 electrons out from here, so if I ask you, how many unpaired electrons do we have in this case? How many unpaired electrons? It is 3d3 configuration, right? 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 unpaired electrons in this case. Look at the second one, nickel, iron, cobalt, nickel. It's going to be 3d8, 4s2, but this is nickel dipositive. This is nickel dipositive, so it's going to be 3d8, 4s0, right? Now people, in 3d8 configuration, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So how many unpaired electrons? 2 unpaired electrons, and value is 2. Similarly, chromium dipositive. Talk about chromium. Chromium's outermost configuration is 3d5, 4s1. 3d5, 4s1, but this is chromium dipositive. So 1 electron from here and 1 electron from here. So it becomes 3d4 configuration. So how many unpaired electrons in this particular case? There'll be 4 unpaired electrons in this particular case in case of chromium dipositive. In the similar way, Fe dipositive. Right, the outermost configuration of iron is going to be 3d6, 4s2. 3d6, 4s2. But this is iron dipositive. So take 2 electrons out, it becomes 4s0. There will be how many electrons? There'll be 4 unpaired electrons in case of Fe dipositive. Now, what do we need to check? Lowest spin only magnetic moment. How do we calculate spin only magnetic moment? You should be knowing this. Spin only magnetic moment is calculated by the result under root of n into n plus 2 Bohr magnetrons. This is the formula by means of which you calculate spin magnetic moment, my dear people. Right? Where n represents the number of unpaired electrons. Perfect. See, wherever the number of unpaired electrons are minimum, that's going to have least spin magnetic moment, and number of unpaired electrons are minimum in nickel dipositive. Right? So it's going to have the least spin magnetic moment among all. I'm sure this is again clear to everyone. More than unpaired electrons, more the spin magnetic moment. Less than unpaired electrons, less the spin magnetic moment. Do remember it like this. All right, one question from the chapter electrochemistry. Let's get to know how to tackle this question. Simple and basic. Have a look. So we are given with certain values. M tripositive getting converted into M dipositive. So if I ask you whether this is standard oxidation potential or standard reduction potential. See guys, +3 getting converted into +2. So is it increase in the oxidation state or decrease in the oxidation state? +3 to +2, it is decrease in the oxidation state. Decrease in the oxidation state means reduction. That means this is SRP. This is standard reduction potential of different elements that's given to us. Perfect. For which of these the change in the oxidation state from +2 to +3 is easiest? Now, in which of the following it will be easy to show the oxidation state from +2 to +3, right? So from +2 to +3. Perfect. So how I'll be solving this question, I'll be getting first of all the E naught of m plus 2 getting converted into m plus 3. I'll be getting these values. Well, this is something plus 2 to plus 3, increase in the oxidation state means oxidation. So basically I need to calculate the standard oxidation potentials first. Now, the standard reduction potentials are given to me. I'll be just reversing their sign and I'll be getting the standard oxidation potentials, right? So if I ask you, what is the standard oxidation potential of chromium? Standard reduction is minus 0.41. So it's going to be plus 0.41. Standard reduction potential of your manganese. Sorry, standard oxidation potential of manganese. It's minus 1.57. Just reverse the sign. Similarly, it's going to be minus 0.77, which is for iron. And at the end, you have got cobalt. And cobalt will show the SOP as minus 1.97. Now, my dear people, you calculate the standard oxidation potential values. Have a look. Now, which one has got maximum standard oxidation potential value? It's chromium, which is having maximum standard oxidation potential value. So, chromium will undergo oxidation easily. So, it is easy for chromium to change the oxidation state from plus 2 to plus 3. So, chromium is going to be the answer of the question. As simple as that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. It is easy for chromium to change the oxidation state from plus 2 to plus 3 because it has got maximum standard oxidation potential. More the standard oxidation potential, more the tendency to undergo oxidation. So chromium has got more SOP, so it will be having more tendency to undergo oxidation. It will be having more tendency to increase the oxidation state from plus 2 to plus 3. As simple as that, right? I'm sure this again damn clear to every one of you. Moving on to one more, my dear people. Look at this one. You are starting with nitrobenzene. You are making it react with SnHCl. That means you are doing its reduction. If you are doing its reduction, nitrobenzene, when it undergoes reduction, what does it form? It forms aniline. All of you must be familiar with this. It forms aniline, right? So this A is my aniline in this case. Now this aniline, on reaction with NaNO2 HCl, perfect. So what does it show? It shows diazotization. So it gets converted into benzene diazonomer chloride. So I'm writing it like this, N2Cl, positive negative, right? This is your benzene diazonomer chloride. Now this benzene diazonomer chloride, my dear people, it is showing reaction with beta naphthol. What is beta naphthol? This is how your beta naphthol looks like. This is how your beta naphthol looks like. Now this benzene diazonomer chloride, it has to react with beta naphthol, and what is the final product which you'll be getting in this particular case? Now people, what is going to happen? I must say coupling is going to happen, and at the end you'll be getting the dye, right? You'll be getting a dye first of all. You'll be getting the azo dye at the end. Now, what is the final product? The final product is going to look like this. This N, this double bond N, right? Single bond, and I hope it's visible to all of you. I hope this part of the screen is visible to all of you. Right? This is going to be your final product, right? Which is the dye which gets formed after the coupling is done. So which option satisfies it? Check it out. Which option satisfies it? It's going to be option C, which is the correct answer of this particular question. So first of all, my dear people, do remember, SnHCl is going to convert nitrobenzene into aniline. Aniline, after diazotization is done, it's going to give you the benzene diazonomer chloride. And benzene diazonomer chloride, once reacts with beta naphthol, what does it form? It forms a dye, right? Which is this one. So that's the final answer. Done, understood? Perfect, people. Wonderful. Moving on to one more question. Look at this one. So these are few molecules which are given to us. We need to identify their shapes. How do we identify the shapes of the molecules? Have a look. This is BRF5, right? In case of your BRF5, if I ask you, how many valence electrons are, I'll write it over here, wait. BRF5. If I ask you, how many valence electrons are there with bromine? You will say 7. How many terminal atoms are there? 5. Number of terminal atoms is equal to the number of sigma bonds. So out of 7 valence electrons, this bromine is using 5 of its valence electrons to form 5 sigma bonds. So 2 electrons left as such on bromine in the form of a lone pair. So there is 1 lone pair. So sigma bonds 5, lone pair 1. What is the steric number? Steric number is basically sigma plus lone pair. 5 plus 1 comes out to be 6. What is the hybridization? It's sp3d2. If I ask you what is the type of the molecule, it's going to be AB5 and L1. L1, or you can say E1. where E represents the lone pair, right? So AB5L1, have a look, BRF5, AB5L1, BRF5, AB5L1, right? So that is the answer of the first question. So you're going to match A with 4. You're going to match A with 4. There is no option saying match A with 4. Sorry, A with 3. This is A with 3. A with 5, A with 3. So it's either going to be option 3 or it's going to be option 2, right? Now B1, B1, C2, C2, D4, D5. Let me check D. D is ClF3. Let's check D. D is ClF3. Have a look, people. If you talk about ClF3, I'm writing ClF3 over here. Chlorine. How many valence electrons? 7. How many sigma bonds? 3 sigma bonds. How many lone pairs on chlorine? 2 lone pairs on chlorine. What is the steric number? 3 plus 2, 5. What is the hybridization? sp3d. What is the type of the molecule? AB3L2. AB3L2. ClF3. AB3L2. Where is AB3L2? This AB3L2, right? So D with 4. So it's going to be option C, which is going to be the correct answer of this particular question. I'm sure this is clear to every one of you. Perfect. Perfect, guys. So it's going to be option C, which is the correct answer of the question. Moving ahead to one more. This was the similar sort of question was asked in your June shift of JEE as well. Let's give it a try and let's see how this sort of equation is to be solved. My dear people, as per the question is concerned, we have got a CNG, compressed natural gas. It's an important transportation fuel. When 100 grams of CNG is mixed with 200 grams of oxygen in vehicles, it leads to the formation of carbon dioxide and water and produce large quantity of heat during this combustion. Then the amount of carbon dioxide produced in grams. Assume the CNG to be methane. So basically what you are doing the combustion of methane. And when you do the combustion of hydrocarbon, what do we get? We get carbon dioxide and water, right? The first thing which I'll be doing over here, I'll be balancing the reaction, my dear people. I'll be balancing the reaction. There are 4 hydrogens, so make it 2 times, right? Make it 2 times and make it 2 times as well. The reaction is automatically balanced. The reaction is automatically balanced. Now, if I ask you, how many moles of methane do we have in the beginning? We have got, first of all, 100 grams of methane. So how many moles of methane are there? You will say mass of methane divided by molar mass of methane, which will be approximately 6. Approximately 6. Similarly, how many moles of oxygen do we have in the beginning? Have a look. We have got 208 grams of oxygen in the beginning. So given mass of oxygen divided by molar mass of oxygen, which is again approximately 6. So approximately we have got 6 moles each of the reactants at time t is equal to 0. Approximately we have got 6 moles each of the reactants at time t is equal to 0. Since at this point of time the reaction has not started. Since at this point of time the reaction has not started. And people, you can easily tell if the reaction has not started, what is going to be the product at time t is equal to 0 at this point of time. See, at time t is equal to 0, we are given with 6 moles of each, so there will be 0 moles of carbon dioxide and 0 moles of water formed. Perfect. Now people, you are given with the amounts of all the reactants. So which concept you guys are going to use? You'll be using the concept of limiting reagent. And how do we identify which one is the limiting reagent among the two? How do we do that? Just divide the given moles by their respective stoichiometric coefficients. So 6 divided by 1, this is 6 divided by 2, right? This value comes out to be 3. So oxygen is your limiting reagent in this case. The question is done and dusted. If oxygen is the limiting reagent, then oxygen is going to decide the entire product formation. Right? So my dear people, oxygen is going to decide the entire product formation. Now use the stoichiometry. I can say 2 moles of oxygen are giving me 1 mole of carbon dioxide. So 1 mole of oxygen is going to give me 1 by 2 moles of carbon dioxide. So 6 moles are almost going to give me 1 by 2 multiplied by 6. That means 3 moles of carbon dioxide approximately. So these are basically the moles of carbon dioxide which got formed at the end of the reaction. But am I supposed to calculate the moles or mass? I'm supposed to calculate the mass of carbon dioxide formed, right? So just multiply these moles of carbon dioxide with the molar mass of carbon dioxide, you're done. And what is the molar mass of carbon dioxide? That's 44 grams. So 3 multiplied by 44, that will be approximately when you solve it, it'll be 143 grams. So 143 grams of carbon dioxide have got formed at the end of the reaction, right? Simple and basic. And this was the question which was asked in your June shift of JEE Mains as well. I'm quickly moving on to one more question. All right, people. So again, column 1 with column 2, you're going to match them, right? These are all the naming reactions and you need to identify which reaction this is, which one this is, and so on. Well, people, these are all the common reactions which are given in your NCERT as well. What do we call this particular reaction? Aryl halide, right? Aryl halide plus alkyl halide, right? Yes? What do we call this particular reaction as? Quickly in the chats. Do we call this as Wurtz-Fittig reaction? Absolutely, we call this as Wurtz-Fittig reaction. All right, again you have got aryl halide plus 2Na in presence of ether, right? What do we call this particular reaction? This is called as Fittig reaction. Benzene diazonium chloride in presence of Cu2X2, right? Okay, what do we call this particular reaction? This is called as Sandmeier's reaction. And in this particular one, what do we call it? We call it as the Fink-Liston reaction. Yes? Simple and basic again. All these are memory-based reactions which are given in your NCERT, right? And I'm damn sure you would have studied them one by one. Yes? So the correct answer of this particular question is again going to be option 2 only, right? Quickly let me know in the chats, my dear people, if I'm clear to every one of you. Quickly. Wonderful. What do you think about this one? Solubility of alkaline earth metal sulfates. So we are given with the alkaline earth metal sulfates, right? Alkaline earth metal sulfates. Starting with beryllium sulfate, right? Magnesium sulfate. Then you have got calcium sulfate, strontium sulfate. What do we have? We have got barium sulfate as well. Now people do remember, on moving from top to bottom, what happens to the solubility of these sulfates? Well, solubility of the sulfates of the group second elements, that decreases down the group. What's the reason? Reason is the decrease in the hydration energy of the cation. The decrease in the hydration energy of the cation. Perfect. So among all these options, where do you see where do you see the correct option among all? Well, I must say magnesium sulfate should be maximum soluble. Magnesium sulfate should be maximum soluble, right? See, this beryllium sulfate is not given the options. So this is maximum followed by calcium, strontium, barium. So option D is the one which is going to be the correct answer of this particular question as well. I'm sure, again, this is clear to everyone. Do remember, the solubility of alkaline earth metals, it decreases on moving from top to bottom. The reason is the decrease in the hydration energy of the cations in these cases, right? Perfect, guys. So option 4 is the one which was correct among all. Okay, one more question from the chapter Chemical Equilibrium, and you can expect this sort of a question, my dear people, right? Because it involves a bit of calculation, and these sort of questions are just given in the paper just to waste your time. That's all. And do solve these sort of questions at the end. All right, look here. So as far as the question is concerned, we are making this N2 to react with H2, and you know, when N2 reacts with H2, it leads to the formation of NH3. The first thing which I'll be doing, I'll be balancing this particular reaction. This is 3 times, this is 2 times. The reaction is in the balanced form now. Yes? Now people, this reaction has to take place in a container which has got the volume of 1 liter. Find the concentration of NH3 at equilibrium. So basically we are supposed to calculate the concentration of NH3 at equilibrium. What is going to be the concentration of NH3 at equilibrium? That's something which we need to calculate. And how exactly am I going to approach to this sort of question? I'll just show you the procedure. Calculation part you guys can do at the end, right? See guys, at time t is equal to 0, we are starting with 1 mole of N2 and we have got 3 moles of H2 as well, right? Since at time t is equal to 0, the reaction wouldn't have started, so the number of moles of products formed is going to be 0, right? Now, my dear people, when the reaction will start, number of moles of reactants will start to decrease. I'm assuming at equilibrium. Out of 1 mole of N2, there are some X moles of N2 which reacted with H2. So I'll be left with 1 minus X moles of N2 at equilibrium. Now 1 more reacts with 3 moles, so X moles would have reacted with 3X moles. So I'll be left with 3 minus 3X moles of H2 present in the container at equilibrium. Similarly, I'll say 1 mole of N2 gives 2 moles of NH3. So X moles of N2 are going to give me 2X moles of NH3. So basically, I got the moles of each reactant and product present in the container at equilibrium, right? But do I need the moles of reactants and products at equilibrium? No, I do not need the moles. What do I need exactly? I need the concentration. How do you convert moles into concentration? You just need to divide these terms by the total volume of the system. That's 1 liter. So this is basically the concentration only. These are the concentrations of reactants and products at equilibrium, right? Once you get the concentration, just write the expression for Kc. Kc expression is simply going to be concentration of NH3 at equilibrium, that's 2x raised power 2, which comes out to be 4x square divided by concentration of N2 at equilibrium, that's 1 minus x raised power stoichiometric coefficient, that's 1. Concentration of H2 at equilibrium, that's 3 minus 3x raised power stoichiometric coefficient, that's 3, right? Now Kc value, it's given to us as per the question, that is 4 divided by 27. Now the point is how this equation has to be solved. You all are mathematics students, right? And I'm sure you guys know how this equation is solved. Have a look, people. I'll be writing like this. 4 got cancelled. It'll be 1 by 27 is equal. It's going to be x square divided by. Now, if you take 3 common over here, this 3 will be coming out as, this 3 will come out as 3 ka cube. And 3 ka cube is 27. Perfect. So it's 27. This is going to be 1 minus x. This will be 1 minus x raised power 3. So overall it becomes 1 minus x raised power 4. Perfect. So 27 cancelled. So you got something like this. 1 is equal x square divided by 1 minus x raised power 4. So it's going to be x divided by 1 minus x square whole raised power 2. I can write it like this as well. Perfect. Just take root on both the sides. This is going to be 1. It's going to be x divided by a square plus b square minus 2ab. Perfect. So from here you'll be getting a quadratic equation, my dear people. Perfect. You'll be getting the quadratic equation and you'll be getting something like this. 1 plus x square minus 2x is equal to x, or you can say x square minus 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. So you got the quadratic equation over here. Now I'm sure you know how to get the roots of the quadratic equation. X is equal to minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So from here you'll be getting the value of x. Once you get the value of x, my dear people, what do you need to calculate actually? You need to calculate the concentration of NH3 at equilibrium. And what is the concentration of NH3 at equilibrium? That is 2 times x. So you'll be getting x from here. Put it over here. 2 times x will give you the concentration of NH3 at equilibrium, right? Perfect. I hope you got to know how do we approach to this sort of a question. Perfect. Let me quickly move on to one more question. My dear people. Right? The final answer will come out to be 0.762 molar. All right, a simple question. Just pray this sort of a question comes into your examination, right, on the IUPAC. Well, I would want you guys to let me know its answer in the chats. I'm not going to solve this. Quickly. Let me know its answer in the chats. Quickly, my dear people. What do you think about this one? Quickly. Waiting for your answers. Quickly. Now, first of all, you should start the numbering, right? I'll be starting the numbering from this particular one. Carbon number 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, this is 5, this is 6, right? So, I've done the numbering. So, my dear people, at carbon number 4, you have got methyl. So, it's going to be at carbon number 4, you have got methyl, right? At carbon number 6, what do we have? At carbon number 6, what do we have exactly? What do we have at carbon number 6? Just a second, guys. This is 6 and this is 7, right? This is 7. Perfect. At carbon number 6, what do we have? We have got nitro. Perfect. And at carbon number 3, what do we have? At carbon number 3, we have got oxo or keto. Perfect. Then what do you write? The chain contains some 7 carbon atoms. It's going to be hept, right? Then it's going to be AN, right? Then it's going to be 1. Then it's going to be AL. Perfect. That's what is going to be the correct answer of the question. Quickly, what do you think about the question, people? Which option satisfies it? I think all the options are incorrect in this particular case, right? This should be 1 over here, right? This is heptane. This is 1 over here. Then it's going to be correct. Perfect, because you have got CHO group over here. Right, people? Is it clear? Let me know in the chats. It's supposed to be 1 over here. All right, moving on to one more question. The question is from the chapter Chemical Kinetics. Let's get to know how this sort of a question is to be solved. What the question says, T1/4 can be taken as the time for the concentration of reactant to drop to 3/4 of its initial value. If the rate constant of the first order reaction is K, then T1/4 can be written as. Again, simple question. Let's say this is your first order reaction, A gives B, whose rate constant is K. I'm assuming the reaction is of the order 1. The reaction follows the first order kinetics. There's something which I'm assuming, right? Now, people, let's say at time t is equal to 0, the initial concentration of reactant is A0. The initial concentration of product is 0, right? Because the reaction has not started yet. Right, people? Now, I'll say at time t is equal to T1/4. At time t is equal to T1/4, 3/4 of the concentration of reactant is still left in the container, right? 3/4 of the concentration of reactant. So 3/4 of A0 is left in the container as such, right? And the concentration of reactant left at any time t is represented by AT, which is equal to 3/4 A0. Since the reaction follows the first order kinetics, so what do you use? You are going to use the integrate rate equation. I must say, what do I need to calculate? T1/4. I'll say T1/4 is equal to 2.303 divided by K. It's going to be log of A naught divided by AT. What is AT value? It is 3 by 4 A naught. Since A naught got cancelled, it's going to be log of 4 by 3, which comes out to be log of 4 minus log of 3. Right, people? Log of 4, that's 0.6, right? And log of 3, that is 0.47. So you just need to solve it. What you'll be getting the final value, as far as I remember, you'll be, I guess, 0.6 minus 0.47. That comes out to be 0.13 multiplied by 2.303 divided by K. Right? Either B or C, something will be the answer. Right? Just the calculation part is left. It's finally going to be 0.29 divided by K. Right? After solving this expression, you'll be getting 0.29 divided by K. That's going to be the value of T 1 by 4, which you were supposed to calculate. Perfect, people? Wonderfully done. The one that is not a carbonate ore. Siderite, calamine, malachite, bauxite. Which one is not the carbonate ore? Again, the memory-based question, people. You can expect these sort of questions. What do you think? Is it going to be bauxite? Yes, it's going to be bauxite. Because bauxite, we know it's not the carbonate ore. Its chemical formula is Al2O3, or you can write it as AlOX, 3 minus 2x, where x value, right, it's from 0 to 1. Right? Simple and basic, memory-based question. The question from the chapter Atomic Structure, a simple and basic one. You can solve it easily, guys. Right? There is no need to solve this question first. Or let me just give you this question as the homework. Can you do it on your own? Can you do this question on your own? Quickly in the chats. Can you do this question on your own? Guys, it's a simple question, right? You know, radius of the nth Bohr's orbit, that's equal to R0 n square divided by z. Right? So you can clearly say R1 divided by R2 is equal to N1 square divided by Z1 square divided by Z1, or let's write it like this, N1 square divided by N2 square, this is going to be Z2 divided by Z1. This is the relation which you'll be using in this particular equation, and solve the equation, that's all. Simple and basic, and you solve these questions in your physics as well. I've seen Shreyas sir solving these same questions many a times on this channel itself. Clear, guys? You can solve this? Okay, this relation you'll be using, all the parameters are given, put all the parameters in the expression and kill the question. This is the final value which you'll be getting. All right. There's a question given and its answer is also given. Right? So let's see how to solve this particular question. Arrange the following in decreasing order of rate of reactivity towards E2. Right? So if all these three substrates will be showing E2 reaction, right, will be going through E2 mechanism, I need to see which of the following substrate will show more rate towards E2. So first thing which I'll be doing over here, I'll be making the product, I'll be making the major product in all the cases. See how am I going to approach this question. What is going to be the major product when this substrate undergoes E2? Just take this chlorine out as Cl negative, there'll be positive charge over here. Take this hydrogen out as H positive, so you'll be getting the product over as CH3. This is going to be CH, it's going to be double bond, this is going to be CH. This is the product in the first case. This is going to be the product in the first case, right? And the CH2 over here. Now, what is going to be the major product in the second case? Again, take Cl out as Cl negative, there'll be a positive charge over here, right? There'll be a positive charge over here. Perfect, people. Just take this hydrogen out as H positive. So what is the final product? The final product is going to be like this. This is CH3 and this will be double bond. This will be CH2. This is the final product from the second option. Similarly, from the third option, you need to make the major product. I'll be taking chlorine out as Cl negative, there'll be a positive charge over here. Then take this hydrogen out as H positive. The product in this particular case is going to be, this is going to be CH3, this is going to be C, double bond, this is CH, right? It's going to be single bond, this is CH3, and this is CH3 over here as well. Perfect, this is the major product in this particular case. Perfect. Now, my dear people, if I ask you, arrange the following products on the basis of their stability order. If I ask you, arrange the following products on the basis of their stability order. Well, you know, double bonds are stabilized by hyperconjugation. Now, this double bond, it is stabilized by 3 alpha hydrogens. 3 alpha hydrogens, right? This double bond, it is stabilized by how many alpha hydrogens? 3, 3, 6. So, 6 alpha hydrogens are stabilizing this alkene. Similarly, this alkene, with how many alpha hydrogens this alkene is stabilizing? 3, 6, 6 and 3, 9. This alkene is stabilized by 9 alpha hydrogens. Whatever is going to be the stability of the product, same is going to be the reactivity of the substrates towards E2, right? I'll say the product which is formed in the third case, that's maximum stable. So I'll say third substrate will be maximum reactive towards E2, followed by your second one, followed by your first one. So 3, 2, 1 is going to be the order. Yes? 3, 2, 1 is going to be the order. I'm sure this is again clear to every one of you. Please let me know in the chats quickly if it is super clear to everyone. People fast. Let me know in the chats quickly if it's clear to every one of you. Quickly. Quickly, my dear people. All right, wonderful. Let's move on then to one more question. The number of POH bonds present in pyrophosphoric acid and hypophosphoric acid. Unless you know the structures of these two, right, you cannot solve the question. So I would suggest you guys to remember the structures of these oxyacids of phosphorus, right? One is your pyrophosphoric acid, your H4P2O7 and H4P2O6. H4P2O7, H4P2O6, these are its structures. So calculate how many POH bonds we have. First POH, second POH, third POH, fourth POH. So there are 4 POH bonds in the first one, and similarly there are again 4 POH bonds in the second one as well. This is phosphorus here, my dear people. This phosphorus here. This 1 POH, second POH, third POH, fourth POH. So 4, 4 is going to be the answer of the question. Simple and basic again, and you can easily solve this question. One more question, and this is going to be the last question of the session, my dear people. Or I think after this there is one more question. Okay, I would want Shimon sir or Shresh sir to be ready after this. Let me just ping them up. Just a second, guys. Let me just ping them up. Let me just ping them up because we have got just 2 more questions to be done. All right, so just a second. All right, let's try to solve this question from the chapter solid state. Right, anyone of you are done with this? No. In a solid AB, A atoms are in CCP. CCP means cubic close packing, that means FCC. That means A particles are present at the corners and at the face centers. B particles, they occupy all the octahedral voids. If 2 atoms from the opposite faces are removed, so you are removing 2 atoms from the face centers. You are removing 2 atoms from the face centers. The resultant stoichiometry of the compound is AXBY, the value of X will be. See guys, first thing, in case of FCC, the value of Z is 4. And whatever is the value of Z, same is the number of octahedral voids, and all the octahedral voids are filled by B particles, so B will be directly 4, right? Now A particles, they make FCC, that means they are present at the corners and face centers. Contribution of corner, 1/8. Total there are 8 corners. Contribution of face center, 1/2. Total there are 6 face centered particles, out of which 2 are removed. So I'll be left with only 4 face centered particles. Done and dusted. So this and this got cancelled. 1 plus 2 comes out to be 3. So it's going to be A3B4. A3B4. So what is the value of X? X value is supposed to be 3. X value is supposed to be 3, right? One question based on neutralization, my dear people. One question based on neutralization. Have a look. This is the acid-base neutralization. You are making 0.1 molar of 10 ml acid to react with 30 ml of 0.05 molar base, right? So basically you have the acid and you're making the acid to react with base. You're making acid to react with the base. So this is the case of neutralization. So I'll be directly using the equivalent concept. I'll say milli equivalence of acid reacted should be equal to the milli equivalence of base reacted, right? And how do we write the milli equivalence of acid? Milli equivalence of acid, I can write normality of acid multiplied by volume of acid in milliliters. Similarly, milli equivalence of base is going to be normality of base multiplied by volume of basic solution in milliliters. Now, normality is nothing, that's molarity multiplied by n factor. So it's molarity of acid multiplied by n factor of acid multiplied by V1 is equal to molarity of second multiplied by n factor of second multiplied by volume of second solution in ml, right? Because normality is equal to molarity multiplied by n factor. What is the molarity of the acid, my dear people? It's 0.1. What is the n factor of acid? We need to calculate n factor of acid, right? We need to calculate n factor of acid. What is V1? V1 is the volume of the acidic solution, that's 10 ml, is equal. What's M2? M2, that's 0.05. That is molarity of the basic solution. N factor of the base. Since it has got 2 OH negatives, it's going to donate both the OH negatives, right? So its acidity is 2. So its N factor is 2 multiplied by V2. Volume of the basic solution, that's 30 ml. Now, my dear people, if you look at this particular equation, you just have got one variable, that's the N factor 1. And what is N factor 1? N factor 1 is basically the N factor of acid. And what is N factor of acid? N factor of acid is basically basicity of the acid, right? So from here, you'll be getting the n factor 1. Can you quickly let me know what is going to be the n factor of 1 which comes out after solving this equation? After solving this equation, n factor of acid comes out to be 3. And what is the n factor of acid? That is the basicity of the acid. So basicity of the acid is going to be 3. As simple as that. Okay, this is one question which I'm giving you as the homework, right? The question is same. You need to identify the number of paramagnetic complexes. Can you do it, guys? Can you do it on your own, or you want me to solve this question? Quickly. Can you do this question on your own, or you want me to solve this? Quickly, guys. Let me know in the chats. Can you do this question on your own, or you want me to solve this particular question? Alright, this question I'm giving you as the homework, right? Simply, guys, you need to see the unpaired electrons, right? You need to see the number of unpaired electrons in the matter lines after the pairing or whatever is done. Perfect? And I've solved these sort of questions many a times in the actual classes. I'll see, is there any other question left? Yes, this is the question which is left. This is the question which is left, and this is the last question. Shreya sir, be ready, right? I know you're watching me right now. You can type something in the chats. Yeah? All right, so have a look, people. See exactly how this sort of a question is solved. The question is based on the Arrhenius equation. The question is based on the Arrhenius equation. First of all, as far as your Arrhenius equation is concerned, rate constant is equal to A, e raised power minus EA divided by RT. This is one of the forms of the Arrhenius equation. I'm sure you guys know it. Now, first of all, let me convert this result into the ln form. Let me convert this result into the ln form. Right? Now, people, how do I convert it? Just multiply this equation throughout by ln. It becomes ln of k is equal to ln of A minus EA divided by RT. As simple as that. Right? I converted the given equation. I convert the given equation in this format, in the ln format. Now, one of the equation is given to me. What is that? That is ln of k is equal to 33.24 minus 2 into 10 raised power 4 divided by T, and over here there is R. What do I need to calculate? The activation energy of the reaction is, let me call this as equation number 1, let me call this as equation number 2. Right? So people, if I ask you to compare these two equations, this is ln of k, this is ln of k, this is ln of A, this is the value of ln of A, right? So this is T over here, this is T over here. Perfect? Right? Aren't we done? Aren't we done? Can't you get activation energy from here, my dear people? Well, in the actual expression, this is not R, right? There is no R in the actual expression. In this expression, there is no R over here. Right, people? So by comparing these two equations, I can clearly say EA divided by R, that's equal to 2 into 10 raised power 4, or I can say EA is equal to 2 into 10 raised power 4 multiplied by R, and we need to take the value of R as 8.3 joules. 8.3 joules per Kelvin per mole, right? So activation energy, by solving this particular equation, you'll be getting in joules, right? Because you have taken the value of R as 8.314, but we need to get the activation energy in kilojoules, so I'll be dividing it with 1000 as well, right? Then only the answer will come out to be in kilojoules. Perfect, 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 perfect. Is this clear to every one of you, my dear people? Right? So after solving this expression, let's see the final result which we will be getting. Simply, my dear people, I converted the Arrhenius equation in the ln form. Then I compared the actual Arrhenius equation with the given Arrhenius equation. From that, I got to know EA divided by R is supposed to be this one. From there, I calculate the activation energy of the reaction, which is something we were supposed to calculate. Right, people? So this was all from my side in the tonight's session. Perfect. Well, people, tomorrow we are going to have one last session, which is again in the combined form, and that's going to be the short session in which we shall be discussing almost 20 questions from every subject, almost 20 questions, and the session is going to start sharp at 10 a.m. in the morning, right? Sharp at 10 a.m. in the morning, we are going to start the session. Perfect. And with this, I'll be taking a leave here. I'll be passing the stage to Shreya sir. He is, I'm sure, ready with the physics mock test. With this, I'll be taking leave. Take care. God bless you all. I love you all. Bye-bye, guys.
Hello guys, can you hear me? Hello warriors, welcome, welcome, bonjour, hola, sat sri akal, namaste, welcome, good evening my lovely warriors. I hope I'm loud, audible, visible, clear, everything is seen properly. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So welcome everyone. Hello Nala, Hema, Alina, Abhi, Bharat, Lingeshwaram, Santosh, Riya, Vamsi, Rohit, welcome aboard to the amazing get-together party that we are having right now. All the three best teachers for you. Okay, I'm not praising myself, but really hard-working teachers for all of you. The physics, chemistry, maths, mega mock test for all the warriors who want to fight it out, battle it out till the end for the final attempt of JEE Mains in your July. So are you guys ready? And if you guys are ready, come on, let's put some smoke, fire. Nothing is burning. I can't smell anything. I just can't smell anything. Why is it so cold? Come on, let's light it up. I want some fire rain out here, because unless I see your Josh, unless you feel that Josh, you're not going to work really hard, and you will not get that energy in the exam when you get demotivated, when you feel let down, when you are not able to solve the question. You need that strength, you need that inner belief right till the last minute. How you feel now, how you feel energized now, you should feel that till the last moment. Remember that you cannot let your guard down in the examination. You need to be focused throughout the 3 hours. The first minute of the exam is as important as the last minute of the exam. Remember that, guys. Awesomeness, guys. Awesomeness. So let's begin the class. And let me get the slides up and running. And those are your 3 Vatis up on JEE Enlite channel, the dedicated English medium channel. And that's my intro slide. I'm pretty sure you are aware about it now. So the second last session for all the JEE Mains aspirant. Tomorrow will be the final session before you go to the exam, and yes, we'll be having some sessions during the exam as well, and you can get to know more about me. You can be my friend on Captain Strayas, Captain_Strayas. That's my Instagram handle. So before we begin, if you have not yet smashed the like button, please do that right now. Yep, come on guys, that's something that you can do for all your teachers out here. And also hit the subscribe button so that you do not miss any of the future sessions, including the one tomorrow at 10 o'clock. That's the sure short session. And here comes the first question on your screen right now. Okay, so what do we have over here? There is a body of certain mass. It's acted upon by a variable force. Like you can see, it's a force versus displacement graph. The force changes, and initially the body was moving at 10 meters per second. What is the new speed when the body has moved 25 meters? Okay, let's try to see this. Let's try to see this. The JEE 2023 crash course, Chaitanya, is long ahead. Start with a big batch which is starting right now. I will come with a session for 2023 students. What is the course up for you guys? Don't worry. Let's concentrate now on the questions. Now, like I can see, since you have to find the speed, initial speed is given and force versus displacement graph is given, the only thing that should click your mind is work and change in the kinetic energy, which is work kinetic energy theorem. So the change in the kinetic energy is nothing but the work done, and work done is nothing but the area under the force versus displacement graph. Change in kinetic energy will be half m final speed square minus initial speed square, and the area only till 25 meters, because it is clearly mentioned 25 meters. What will be the area of this graph? Height into base. Height is nothing but 10, base is nothing but 25. Bring that 2 there. And you can also bring the m below. So v square minus u is 10, so 10 square will be 10 into 25 into this 2, I brought it upstairs, divided by mass, which is nothing but 5. Okay, great. So 5 goes with 25 5 times. 5 2s are 10, 10 10s are 100. So this will be 100. So v square will be nothing but 100 plus this 10 square also goes there. So 100 plus 100 is 200. Hence, the speed will be nothing but 10 root of 2 meters per second. Is that the answer? Just check it out. Many of you are saying option A. Those of you said option A, they are wrong. They are wrong. It is D. See, the common mistake in this question is many people forget initial speed was not 0, it was 10. If you take the initial speed as 0, right, you will get the answer as 10 meters per second. So remember one thing, the examiner will always try to design options in such a way that, you know, whatever mistakes you make, according to that, whatever options come, they will be there in the options. So it's psychological. They know that students make mistakes. It's not about difficulty, it's about making mistakes. And examiners know that. Okay, so that's how they make the options. Think, no, if somebody gives you to design a question paper, what will you do? Okay, fine, question is done, answer is done. Next, how will you choose the options? You will try to make some mistakes, +2, -2, into 10, divided, something or the other, and you will see how to make the options. That's what examiners also do. By the way, the entire PDF will be uploaded on the Telegram channel. Make sure you're a part of it. Not just the PDF, all the important updates are given to you over here regularly. One way to join is via the link in the description box. Second way, you can scan this QR code right over there and you can join the Telegram channel. Next question coming up on your screen. Start reading it as soon as I show you the slide so that you can start solving, guys. Very good. Come on, Bhavani. Very good, Madlav. +4 already. You can also keep a track of your scores. Very good, Shruti. Very good, Yashtriya. Awesome, Ankit. These questions will be very useful, Ankit. I have some fabulous questions out here today. I'm really telling you, really nice questions are there. In Young's double slit experiment, the phase difference between the two waves reaching the location on the third dark fringe will be 3 pi, 6 pi, 5 pi, 7 pi. The marking scheme, Akansha, will be similar to the first. There is no change in the marking scheme and the pattern of the exam. It's the same thing, 20 plus 5. Okay. Okay. All right. Ash, yeah, I also know some heroes which are not there in the movies, Ash. Like the one standing in front of you, right? Yeah. Until I get a movie offer. Not yet. I hope some directors are watching. In a Young's double slit experiment, the phase difference between the two waves reaching the location on the third dark fringe. Some of you are saying B, be careful. Is it B or A or I don't know, check this out. Third dark fringe. So if you draw the screen, the central maxima will have 0 pi phase difference. Then the first maxima comes, second maxima comes, third maxima comes. This will be 2 pi, this will be 4 pi, this will be 6 pi. All these are basically maximas. Maximas means bright fringes. But I don't want maximas, I want minimas. So minimas will be exactly in between that. So this is the first dark fringe. This is the first dark fringe. So this will happen at pi radians. The next dark fringe, second dark, will happen over here at 3 pi radians. Then the next dark, which is the third dark fringe, will obviously happen at 5 pi radians. In fact, the path difference for dark fringes is odd times of pi. The odd numbers go like 1, 3, 5. So third dark fringe will be third odd number, which is nothing but 5 pi. So many of you are saying 6 pi, many of you are saying 3 pi. They are all wrong. It is 5 pi, guys. Everybody with me on this? Did you love the concept? So similarly, you can solve for bright fringe. You can also solve for dark fringe. If the question was for, let's say for example, bright fringe, then delta x for the bright, instead of odd, what will you write? Come on, guys. Instead of odd, what will you write over here? You will write 2n pi, basically even pi. So when it is even, bright, and it is odd, it is dark. That's how you can remember. Even, bright. Odd, it is dark. Very easy to remember. Everybody with me on this? Moving on to the next question coming up on your screen. It's a beautiful question on Thomson's model. Atomic structure coupled with electrostatics. Thomson's model, like we all know, the charge was distributed like a watermelon, and the seeds of the watermelon, or you can say the cherries in the pudding model, were the electrons. So very similar question over here. So like you can see, the charge is distributed 2e in a radius of r in the nucleus or the atom of radius r. There are 2 electrons because the charge is plus 2e. Remember, the atom should be neutral, so there should be 2 electrons to balance it out here and here, separated by a distance of 2d. D is the distance from the center. Now the question is, what is the equilibrium separation between the electrons? Let's try to do this. Alright, so first of all, it's in equilibrium. That means there will be some forces. The forces are cancelling out. So identify which forces are cancelling out, which are the forces and how are they originating. One thing is very obvious. These are two electrons. What will they do? Repel each other. So definitely there will be some kind of repulsive force over here. Okay, this will be obviously repulsive force, or they will repel each other. Okay, let's say I call that as F1, and that value of F1 will be nothing but K into charge, which is E, into E divided by separation, which is nothing but 2D whole square. That's it. That is nothing but your F1 value. Now, is there something else? Well. Negative charge and it's in a positive charge. If you are in a homogeneous sphere, okay, there is a field, and since it's a it's a positively charged sphere, there will be a field which will be outwards. Try to think, there will be a field which will be outwards, correct? And inside the homogeneous sphere, when the field is outwards, on a negative charge, the force will be inwards. So there will be a force. There will be a force due to the charges which are there in the sphere. And it's a uniformly charged sphere. Think about it. So that F2 will be basically inwards because the electron's charge is negative. Field wise it is outwards. Force on a negative charge will be exactly opposite to the field. So E is E, and this is the field due to a uniformly charged sphere. Do I know the formula for a uniformly charged sphere? I think I know. The formula for the field is K into the charge which is distributed. Right now it is 2E divided by the radius, which is R cube, and into the distance from the center. The distance from the center is D. This is F2. This is F2. Now equate both of them. Did you understand? Remember the formula KQ divided by R cube into R. That's the formula. It is a linear function from the center. It linearly increases when you are in a homogeneous sphere. That's it. Equate this to this. So these two will be equal. F1 equals to F2. When you equate them, what is going to happen? K, E will cancel. K, E will cancel. So you will be left with 1 by 4D square. 1 by 4D square will be equal to, over here I will be left with 2. E has got cancelled. D by R cube. Okay, so bring R cube on the top. R cube will be 2 4s are 8. 8 times of D cube. That means R will be nothing but 2D by taking cube root. That means 2D, which is also the separation, like you can see. The separation. This is the separation between the two. So the separation is 2D. Hence 2D should be the answer, or basically R is the answer. I think option A is there right over here. Option A. Many of you are saying C or D. That is wrong. That is wrong. No, C or D is wrong. It's option A, guys. See where you went wrong. I think you would have made a silly mistake. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you divided it by 2 and then you again divided by 2 for some reason. So be little bit careful. The correct answer is option A, like you can see right over here. Okay? So, see, nobody would have thought that somebody could ask a question on Thomson's model. Everybody would have thought Thomson's model, I know, cake pudding model, okay, atom is neutral, what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, it can't explain, why the spectral lines come from a hydrogen atom and so many other things. But can you make a beautiful numerical out of it? And that's what this entire question is all about. Moving on to the next question coming up on your screen. The speed of projectile at its maximum height is √3 by 2 times its initial speed. If the range of the projectile is P times the maximum height, then the value of P, how many times is it? That's the question. Don't worry, Ash Ketchum, if somebody is spamming, don't worry, they will eventually get blocked. So basically the moderators also block students even after the session is over. So because the chat replay is there, so sometimes we keep in mind, or the moderators keep in mind, and they will block the students even after the session is over. So don't worry, just concentrate on the session. Okay, so let's begin with the next question now. So let's understand what is happening. Let's draw the diagram, I believe that will be better. So you throw the projectile with certain speed and certain angle, and we just see over here that at the maximum height, the speed is √3 times the initial speed. Okay, at the maximum height, only the horizontal velocity remains. Vertical velocity disappears, correct? So at the maximum height, we all know only the horizontal velocity remains, which is nothing but u cos of theta. As per the question, the speed at the maximum height, that means u cos theta is root 3 by 2 times, its initial speed, which is nothing but u. This is as per the given information. The speed at the maximum height is root 3 by 2 times initial speed. That's all I have done. U cancels. So cos theta is root 3 by 2. That means theta is how much, guys? Cos 30. So cos 30. Theta is 30. Very good. Awesome. Now comes the next part. Already some of you have started putting up the answers as B. I don't know. Let's see. Pratosh, even if you are late join in Bacha, you can participate. There are hardly 1 or 2 questions done and you can always watch the replay. It's better to attend the live class. So the question is, the range is P times the maximum height. Okay. So range divided by maximum height. Let's try to figure what exactly this is going to be. Range formula, let's use it. It's nothing but u square sine of 2 theta divided by g, and over here height formula is u square sine square theta divided by 2g. U square cancel, g cancel, 2 goes on the top, sine 2 theta remains, so it will be sine of 2 theta divided by sine square theta, and that 2 has gone on the top. So theta value I just figured it out, so it will be nothing but sine of 60 divided by sine square 30 into 2. Sine 60 is root 3 by 2 and into 2 as it is. Sine 30 is half, so it will be nothing but 1 by 4. 2 cancels, 4 goes on the top, so 4 into root 3 is the answer. 4 into root 3 is the answer. Just check this out. Is it there somewhere? Option C, C for capto, C for correcto, C for IIT, C for NIT, C for JEE Main. So you'll be like, sir, what are you saying, sir? C for cat, sir, C for captain, sir. No, that is how your concentration should be. No matter what anybody says, you should always see IIT, NIT, JEE Mains. That's all. That is your focus. So guys, Z for? What is Z for? What is Z for? Come on, put it up in the chat box. Let's see whether you guys are focused or not. C for correcto. What is Z for? Let's see, where is your focus? How many are going to say zebra? C for clearo. Roshan is clear. C for CAT exam. Z for? Somebody will say impedance, sir. Z for impedance. Z for IIT. Oh, look at that. My God, you guys are true engineers. Z for complex number, sir. Z for impedance, sir. Wow, Z for zebra. Who is that kindergarten student? Very good. IIT, JEE, NIT. Awesome. Moving on to the next one. A circuit consists of a capacitor and a resistor having resistance this much connected in series when an alternating EMF of peak voltage this much is applied to the circuit. The peak current is this much, the phase difference between the current and the voltage. Okay. AC circuit question, basically read the question, see where you're going to start with, and meanwhile I'll also start doing the question. Alright, let's see. In the question, there is a capacitor resistor having some resistance. Okay, so let's just think, just visualize it. Oops, there is only a resistor, capacitor, and we have a resistor, and basically it's a AC circuit. Okay, now the voltage maximum is given, maximum current is given, resistance is given, but what can I get from this? Oh, this circuit is going to have some impedance. And we know how voltage and impedance are related. So maximum voltage is maximum current into the impedance. So I think I can get Z from this because maximum voltage is given to be 200 root 2. I max is given to be 1. Z will be therefore 200 root 2 ohms. What do I get from Z now? Oh, now I know what to do. Remember the impedance triangle, drawing the resistances as phasors. Let's do that. See, resistance is always along the horizontal axis in the direction of the current. Then you have your reactances like this. This is your net reactance, and then you will have your impedance over here. This X is basically your XL minus XC, whatever it is. Now I think we just need to find out theta over here or phi over here. Oh, I know what to do. This is a beautiful right angle triangle. I can use trigonometry. Don't have to remember any formulas. Just use geometry. As long as you know that resistances, voltages, currents can be treated like vectors, phasors, they are all going to be very simply solved. So guys, I think the ratio that I should take is cos of theta is the adjacent side by the hypotenuse. So the resistance is given to be 200, the impedance is given to be 200 root 2, which I just figured it out, which is 1 by root 2. That means theta has no other choice but to be 45 degrees. Is that the answer? Where Roshan saying 45? Yes, it is. Very good, Deepak. Awesome, Menika. Very good, Santosh. PRXY. Very good, very good, very good. Awesomeness, awesomeness. So B is the correct option. So see, a lot of people might get awestruck looking at the question like, where do I start from? Whatever you know, just try to do something. You will get few things maybe. And then you will realize, oh, I know impedance, I know resistance. Oh, I think I know what is the relationship between them via phasors. 80 to 70% of the times, most of the AC problems can be solved via geometry, phasors, vectors. I'm telling you, 80 to 70% of the time, especially when LCR is there. Other questions are usually related to transformers or sometimes related to AC generation or just related to RMS, average, maximum, peak, all these kind of things. That's all. All right, moving on to the next question coming up on your screen. Let's move on. Okay, what do we have? 1 mole ideal monoatomic gas is undergoing a process AB as shown in the PV diagram. Its intercept on the volume axis is V0. Intercept on the P axis, it's not shown, but it is there, P0. The slope's magnitude is 1. So yes, it's magnitude 1, all right. And the question is, the maximum temperature will be. Interesting. Let's, I think, first of all, extend that graph so that we get a sense of what is exactly happening. So if I probably increase it like this, so this intercept is just given to be P0. The slope is 1, that means this and this is equal. It's 90, 45, 45 triangle, beautiful isosceles right angle triangle that you can see over here. Is everybody clear till this point? It's a isosceles right angle triangle, slope is 1, this side and this side are equal magnitude wise. All right, now let's see what we can do. Interesting. So maximum temperature. So maximum temperature, how do we do? Isothermal. Draw isotherms. Isotherms on the PV graph. We know the isotherms will look something like this. Then maybe I can draw one isotherm like this. Then I can draw maybe one isotherm like this. These are all isotherms, the points where the temperatures are same. Here the temperature is more. Here the temperature is less. As you go higher, 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 temperature increases. Now there is one graph which exactly intersects or just becomes tangent to this line at this particular point. That is the point in this entire process where the temperature is maximum. Think why. You take any point on this line AB, there, let's say for example this point, that is on a lower isotherm. You take this point, that is also on a lower isotherm. You take a point here or even here, that will be on a lower isotherm. The point which will be on the highest isotherm will be exactly at the midpoint. Everybody agrees with this? Everybody agrees with this? Thank you, Sai Bacha, for all the love. So this would be the point of max temperature. And where do you think this will happen? This will happen at half V0 and this will be at P0 by 2. Because this is proper isosceles triangles. This is midpoint, this is midpoint, this is midpoint. Everything is like symmetric. It's exactly at the mid. It's exactly at the center. Hence, by using gas law, the ideal gas law equation, which is P into V is equal to N, which is 1, into R into T max. I'm just going to get the value of T max as P0 V0 by 2 2s are 4 into R. That's the final answer. Done, done, are done. Let's see how many of you can get this. Yes, option C is correct too. Yep. Karthik, no problem. Even if you are late, it's okay. It's such a brilliant question. Conceptually, it's just based on isotherms. You just have to see where does the isotherm becomes tangent to that curve. That's going to be the highest temperature point on that line AB. No other point can have higher temperature than that blue point which I have marked over there. Now once you realize that that's the midpoint, you know this will be V naught by 2, this will be P naught by 2, rest is ideal gas equation. That's it, guys. What a brilliant question, isn't it? And if you're loving this question, I hope you're smash the like button already. In case you haven't, you should do that, okay? Or else you're fooling yourself. You're loving this video, you are enjoying the questions and you're not smashing the like button. Come on, what are you guys doing? Okay. A wave disturbance in a medium is described by this equation. This is a wave equation, all right, where this and this are in meters and seconds. But I have a feeling this is not a traveling wave, it's a standing wave. Do you see that? It's a standing wave equation. That's why probably you can see the words like antinode over here, the interfering waves, two waves moving in opposite directions and stuff like that. Okay. Yep. So let's try to figure out everything in this wave. First of all, I hope you see this 50 pi is actually omega. So omega, strictly speaking, is nothing but 50 times pi radians per second, and omega is nothing but 2 pi times of phi, and that's nothing but 50 pi. Okay, so pi by, and 50 by 2 is nothing but 25. So the frequency is 25 hertz, but here the frequency is given to be 50 hertz. That's the option which is wrong. Okay, got it. Now let's move on to the next one. Maybe we can find out something else. Over here, if you look at this part, that is multiplied with x, so that should be k. So k is nothing but 10 pi, and that will be radians per meter. That's angular wave number. And wavelength, right? So 2 pi by lambda is 10 pi, again pi by, so lambda will be nothing but 2 by 10, which is nothing but 0.2 meters. Well, wavelength is 0.5 meters, that is also wrong. So what are we left with? Wave speed maybe? Wave speed, let's try to do this. V is equal to f times of lambda. F is 25 and lambda is 0.2, guys, which is 1 by 5. So that will be nothing but 5 meters per second. Oh, holy moly. That is correcto. Option C is correcto. Yes, Mokshagana, very good, Roshan, Shruti. Awesome, awesome. Many of you got it. But this option, do we need to check? Yeah, we can check. In the exam, don't check it. But this is not correct, guys, because the reason is, see, I'll tell you a simple fact. Just put x is equal to 0. You'll realize that cos function will become maximum. And that happens to be the amplitude of the standing wave. That means the amplitude is maximum at the origin. So the standing wave should look something like this. This is how it will be. And you will see that this is basically your x equals to 0. So the first antinode occurs at 0.3 is wrong. Actually, the first antinode occurs at x is equal to 0 only. At x equals to 0 only the first antinode will occur. C for Chamka, very good. Thank you, Ramana. Thank you so much. Very good, Vishesh. C is correcto. So this is how you need to check. So why am I doing this? Because see, who knows, maybe this option could have been correct and they would have made this option wrong in the exam. So I'm trying to do this for you also so that you understand that other concept. Or else, if I had to do it in the exam, I'm not going to sit and solve it. It's just for your conceptual understanding I'm doing it. Moving on to the next one. Okay, looks like this is a integer type or basically a numerical type of question, and these kind of questions are also important, guys. An organ pipe produces standing wave pattern of this 1.3 pi meters loop or lobe length. Maximum amplitude of pressure oscillation is this much. Velocity of sound density is given. The question is, if the maximum amplitude is this much, what was asked? An organ pipe produces this much. Something would be asked. I think displacement amplitude was asked. I think that question was not printed. I think the displacement amplitude is what the question is, I guess. Displacement amplitude of the particle, or the particles, max displacement amplitude. So let's try to figure out how do we get displacement amplitude. So the best way to get displacement amplitude is by using the formula pressure max or pressure amplitude is nothing but BKSM. It's a straightforward formula. PM is BKSM, The way you say it only, you can remember it. PM is BKSM. Okay. Now what you need to do, if you find out B and K, you can find out SM. PM, I think I can find out. B also I have to find out. K also I have to find out. So these three things if you find out, only then you can find out the value of SM. Let's try to find out each one of them separately. Observe. First of all, let's try to figure out PM. It's clearly mentioned the maximum amplitude of the pressure oscillation is 1% of the mean atmospheric pressure. So PM is basically 1% of the atmospheric pressure as per the given information. It's 1% of the mean atmospheric pressure. So 1% means 1/100th of atmospheric pressure is 10 to the power 5. That means it will be 10 to the power 3. So this will be 10 to the power 3 pascals. Okay, everything is in SI units. Great. That is also done. How do I find out K? Well, to find out K, guys, maybe I should make use of this. This 1.3 meters is the loop length or the lobe length. So when you have standing waves, the length of one loop or lobe is lambda by 2. Lambda by 2. Because if you notice, this is one wavelength. This is one wavelength. This is one wavelength. And this is one loop or lobe. This is one loop or lobe of a standing wave. Everybody agrees? Hence, lambda by 2 should be equal to 1.3 pi, I believe. Okay? So this is what we get. All right. Now, once I get this, I have a feeling that we just need to figure out what else is there. PM is BKSM. So B needs to be found out. How to find out B? The way to find out B will be by using the speed of sound formula. Let's try to do that. How? Velocity of sound is root of B by rho. Hence B will be nothing but rho V square. So B will be nothing but rho V square. Rho is nothing but 1.3. Velocity is nothing but 200. So 200 square. So it will be 1.3 into 4 into 10 to the power 4. That is what B is. Now just have to substitute it here to find out the value of SM. So SM will be PM by BK. PM is nothing but 10 to the power 3. Correct? B and K are there below. So first let's put the value of B. B is nothing but 1.3 into 4 into 10 to the power 4. That is the value of B. And the last thing is the value of the K. The value of K needs to be found out. Acha. So to find out K, what I'm going to do, lambda is nothing but 2 pi by K. Lambda is nothing but 2 pi by K. This half is there from here is equal to 1.3 pi. Pi goes, 2 goes. So I think 1 by K is equal to 1.3. So K is nothing but 1 by 1.3. Interesting. So I'm just going to put, instead of K, I'm just going to put 1 by 1.3. The best part is 1.3 cancels. 1.3 cancels. 10 to the power 3, 10 to the power 4 also cancels. I'll just have 10 to the power minus 1. And this 1 by 4 remains. 1 by 4 is nothing but 0.25 into 10 to the power minus 1. This is nothing but 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 2 meters. Yep, that's the answer. You can also write it as 2.5 centimeters maybe. That's the final way to do it. So just check this out. If the value of SM is 2.5, yes, it is 2.5 centimeters. Beautiful question on many concepts of, the pressure amplitude, the lobe concept, the speed of sound concept, and the calculation part. That's how this question is. It's beautiful. Calculative, but interesting. If you remember all the formulas, it becomes easy, and you have to find out the relationship between all these things and you have to put it over here. Loved it? Okay, everybody? Cool with this? Moving on to the next one coming up on your screen. Okay, this is a pure visualization based question, I believe. An axis of a solid cylinder of infinite length radius r lies on the y-axis and carries current uniformly directed along the y direction. The magnetic field's direction at this coordinate is along which point? Let's try to do this. Okay, I'm not sure, Bacha, King for entertainment, because Shimon sir just mentioned that his internet went off. If the internet is back, I'm pretty sure he will come back, but if it is not, then I think my class will be the last one. Okay, Cool. Alright, so let's try to do this. First of all, I feel we should draw the axis so that we get an idea of how things are. So let's just draw the axis. Okay, just drawing some 3D over here. Okay, this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis, this is your z-axis. The solid cylinder is carrying the current in the x-axis. So let's just probably draw the solid cylinder. It's like this. Okay, it's just like this. All right, just continue it over here, maybe like this. Okay, so this is a solid cylinder. The current is going in the upward direction. If the current goes upwards, use your right hand thumb rule, point your finger up like this. Your fingers will bend like this, so the current is, the magnetic field is in this direction. So let's try to draw the magnetic field as well. So the magnetic field lines will be basically like this. The magnetic field lines will be basically like this. The question is, what is the magnetic field at a point r/2? That means x is r/2. Y coordinate matlab somewhere on the y-axis, and z coordinate, that means in front. So over here. So maybe somewhere over here. See, this is that point. This point is exactly over here. See if you are able to visualize it. There is some y coordinate, there is some x coordinate, and there is also some z coordinate. Do you see that? There is some z coordinate, there is some x coordinate, and there is also some y coordinate. Everybody with me on this? Everybody with me on this? So where will the field point? Check that out. At that particular region, at that particular point, the field will be pointing this way, right? This is where the magnetic field will be pointing. It will have two components. It will have two components. Think about it from the top. If you are not able to visualize it, no problem. I'll try to show it to you in some different perspective. You see from the top, you will just see a beautiful circle. You'll just see a beautiful circle. And you are going to see the current which is coming towards you. Current which is coming towards you. That is your y-axis. And you will see the x-axis over here. And you will see the z-axis over here. You are seeing it from the top. And you are going to see that the magnetic field lines are going like this. Magnetic field lines are going like this. And you are here. So basically this is the magnetic field. Now this magnetic field from the top view looks like this. It will have two components. Obviously one component will be here and the other component will be here. So one component is here and the other component is like that. See if you are able to visualize it. One is x component, one is z component, but opposite to z. So isn't this I cap and this is minus k hat? Isn't this I cap component and isn't this minus k hat component? So where is the magnetic field directed? Along I cap minus k cap. That's option C. Thank you, Mahaji Babu. Thank you so much. Very good, Rashmi. Did you love this visualization? It's such a beautiful question. Not even one single equation was written. Not even one formula was used. Complete use of right hand. Everybody has to use their right hand rule. That's all. Visualize it in 3D. Think where the point will be and think where the magnetic field's components are going to lie. What a beautiful question. Okay. Great. Moving on to the next one. Okay. Another beautiful question. So there is a carpet and it happens like you have rolled the carpet and you start pulling the carpet like this. So imagine some person pulling the carpet like this, like over here, and you will see the mass will start moving. And the question is the speed of the center of mass of the moving part. What a beautiful question. The speed of the center of mass of the moving part. Beautiful question. So let's try to figure this bit out. Now, here is what I will do. See, first of all, where will be the center of mass of the moving part? Let's try to imagine this. This is the moving part. Do you see that? This is the moving part. Ignore this part. This is hardly anything. It's a small turn. So this is the moving part. The center of mass will be somewhere over here. This will be the center of mass of the moving part. So let's try to think about it. Now a lot of people are going to say, sir, if this moves with 1, this will also move with 1. This is the same thing. No. What happens is, as you go front, think about it this way, guys. I'll just draw another diagram if you want. This is like this, and over here. After some time, what is going to happen is, this will be like this, this will be like this. This point would have moved so much. This point would have moved so much. Earlier, the center of mass would have been here. This is where the center of mass would have been. Now, the new center of mass will be at the midpoint of the new bigger length, which I do not know where it is. Maybe the center of mass would be just here. Maybe the center of mass is just here. So how much did the center of mass move by? That's a completely different question. Beautiful question. Let's try to do this. Everybody understanding it? It is not 1. It is not 1 because this length is not the same. As you pull it, you will see that this part, this entire length also increases. Center of mass will be at a different point only. Got it, everyone? Okay. Understanding why it is not 1 meters per second? Okay, let's start assuming few things, variables and stuff like that. So before this was even put over here, maybe I can just say when this point was here, okay, when you unwrap that carpet, so when that carpet was completely unwrapped, let's say I take this as the origin, and how about taking this as my x coordinate? And obviously, if I have taken this point over here, if I had unwrapped this, okay, then this point will come here. Now when I pull it, this point goes over here. So shouldn't this length be equal to this length? Just like this length is equal to this length. So if I take that over here, isn't this the midpoint? So can I say this is nothing but x by 2? Can I say this is x by 2? Everybody with me on this? Think about it. If this whole thing is x, and think about this part and this part exactly the same. So if I put this part over here, isn't this the midpoint of these 2 points? So this is x by 2. This is the center of mass of this part. This part also happens to be x by 2. So the center of mass, how far it will be? From this end? The center of mass will be at a distance of half of x by 2. That means x by 4 from this end. Everybody with me on this? Everybody understanding it? Hence, how far is center of mass from the origin? Just think about it. How far is center of mass from the origin? X by 2 plus x by 4. X by 2 plus x by 4. That means 3x by 4. That's it. Now our job is done. If you understand till here, next part is very simple. So the x coordinate of the center of mass is nothing but 3 by 4 times of the x coordinate of the point which is being pulled. What is x? X is the coordinate of that point. Differentiate both sides. So dx center of mass by dt will be 3 by 4 times dx by dt. Now this is nothing but velocity of the center of mass. This is 3 by 4 times dx by dt. That is the rate of change of this point's position, which is nothing but that velocity itself, which is just given to be 1. Hence the answer is 3 by 4 or 0.75 meters per second. That's the answer, guys. Yeah, there you go. 0.75. Such a brilliant question on constrained motion. It's actually constraints if you think about it. So the idea was when you unwrap the carpet, this point comes over here. This length and this length is same. So when you take this length and put it over here, this bend becomes the midpoint. So if this is x by 2, this is x by 2. Center of mass is at half the distance of that x by 2, so it is at x by 4 from here. So center of mass is at a distance of x by 4 plus x by 2, which comes out to be 3x by 4. So if I know the coordinate of the center of mass is 3 by 4 times of the coordinate of this point, and I differentiate it, I'll get the velocity of the center of mass in terms of the velocity of the other point. That's the whole idea. Okay, so there we go. Let's move on to another question. And if you love this question, do not forget to smash the like button. Okay, because only your motivation, your love, your support, your comments will help me come up with these kind of awesome questions for you. Okay, great guys. Moving on to the next one. Now, what is the next question out here? There is a proton ejected at a distance d, some speed normally towards a large sheet carrying some surface charge density. If it shouldn't strike the sheet, then what is the maximum speed of the proton? Okay, let's draw a sheet. So this is our sheet. Okay, it's a charge sheet. It has some charge density plus sigma over here. So because of the charge sheet, what will happen? There will be an electric field which will be created like this. It will be a uniform field. In fact, it will be created in both the directions. So this is uniform field, which is just given by sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Now what next? You take a proton and throw it towards it. You take a proton and throw it towards it. It should just miss it. This is distance d. You are throwing it with certain speed, u. Question is, what is the maximum speed with which you can throw this proton? You can throw this proton. The charge of a proton is plus e and mass is m, such that it just falls short of hitting the sheet. Now, why is it not able to hit the sheet? Because of the repulsive force. It's because of the repulsive force, correct? So it has to just stop at the nick of time. It's like a car decelerates, stops before hitting a wall or an obstacle. So I feel we can just do it by energy conservation. That's all. Maybe that will give us the answer very simply. So all I can say is work kinetic energy theorem. Work is equal to change in kinetic energy. So the electric force is going to be outwards. The displacement is going to be inwards. So it will be force into displacement into cos of 180. Cos of 180, because force is that way, displacement is the other way. Change in kinetic energy, that's nothing but final minus initial kinetic energy, half mu square. Cos 180 is minus 1, so minus f. Force is nothing but the charge into the field, into the distance. Cos 180 is already minus 1, is minus half mu square. And minus minus cancels. The value of the field is sigma by 2 epsilon naught into d is equal to half mu square. 2 cancels. So m goes below. So E sigma d by m epsilon naught is equal to u square. So u will be nothing but root of E sigma d divided by epsilon naught m. So that's it. That's our final answer. More than this speed, it will hit the sheet. Less than that, it will obviously turn much before hitting the sheet. Got it, guys? See if you guys have understood how to solve the question. This question can also come as a numerical value. So they might give you the values of distance, mass, etc. You have to substitute and find the answer. But the logic remains the same. Just you have to do the calculations towards the end. Okay, moving on to the next question, completely conceptual based. A metallic charged ring is placed in a uniform field with its plane perpendicular to the field. If the magnitude of the field starts increasing with time, then what do you think will happen? Interesting question. So you have a ring which is charged, it's placed in a uniform magnetic field, then with its plane perpendicular to the field, then if the magnitude of the field starts increasing with time, then what do you think will happen? Okay, so this is a charged ring. Let's say this is a charged ring. If this is a charged ring like this, and there is a uniform magnetic field with its plane perpendicular to the plane of the field. Okay, so magnetic field is also there, like this, like this, like this. That magnetic field is increasing. This is increasing field. The moment it tries to increase, what do you think will happen? The moment it tries to increase, Lenz's law, there should be an opposing field. So there should be an induced field, obviously. So magnetic field will be induced. So induced field will be like this, according to Lenz's law. According to Lenz's law. If induced field has to be like this, so the current has to be this way. So the current has to be this way. If there has to be current and this is a charge wire, there is only one way this can happen. If the induced current is like this, the charges begin to move. The charges move in the circular path. That means it will basically end up rotate the ring. So the ring begins to rotate. Everybody with me on this? Everybody with me on this? So why does the ring begin to rotate? Because of the induced field. Hence you will see that there will be definitely rotation in that. No translation. Why would there be translation? Translation is only when there is a force. The ring begins to rotate. Yes. The ring starts contracting. The ring starts expanding. Now there is a problem with this. A lot of people think that the ring should also expand. Why will the ring expand? Because of which kind of force, guys? Why will the ring expand? Because of the centrifugal force. So because of the centrifugal force, there might be some expansion because of the centrifugal force. But there is another problem. Because of the ILB force, I, okay, length cross B, ILB, if you use that ILB force, now think about it. By the way, induced field is never larger than the actual field. Induced field is always smaller. So the net field will be here only. Length is there. B is upwards. Length inside like this. L cross B force will be inwards. Interesting. So in fact, there will be an inward force of ILB net, which will make it contract. That is the problem. Now, which one of the two will be more? How do you know that? Anything can be more. I do not know what's the angular speed, number one. Number two, I do not know how much is the ILB force, because nothing as such is given. So either it might contract, either it might expand, depending on whichever is more. So can you for sure say that the ring will contract or will the ring expand? No. The only thing for sure you can say is that it will rotate. That's all. So the correct answer should be B, but I think the answer given over here is C. That C answer is wrong. Okay, this is correct. Okay, just ignore that. I'll end up correcting it later on. Okay, so this is not sure. This we can't be sure. Can't be sure of these options. Cool? Very good. Very good. What's the difference between centrifugal force and CB, the magnetic force? See, the magnetic force has come because of the current moving in that, because of the charges. When charges start moving, it's a current. ILB force comes because of that. So this ILB is that force because of the motion of the charges. And that, if you use right hand rule, you will see it is going to be inwards everywhere. The centrifugal force will try to push it out. Just like when you go in a merry-go-round, everything goes out. So one is outward, one is inward. Now you do not know which one is more. So you cannot be sure that which one will be more, whether it will contract or expand. But this thing, that's for sure. That's the answer. Ignore this. This is the correct one. Cool? Let's move on to the next one. I hope, Arshan, that is clear, bacha. Can we move ahead? Yeah? Fair enough? Let's move ahead then. Cool. So what do we have over here? A heavy nucleus, and it has some mass number, gets disintegrated into smaller fragments. This number and this number, the binding energy per nucleon, this, then the energy released will be which of the following. Okay, so we have a reactant, this is the parent, then the parent gives rise to daughters. Okay, there are two daughters over here. The parent has an atomic mass of 200 and the daughters have atomic mass of 80 and then 120, obviously. So 200 giving rise to 80 and 120. So this is basically your atomic mass number. Now what you have next is the binding energy per nucleon. So the binding energy actually will be 200 into, of the parent is 6.5. So 200 into 6.5. So that's going to be just 1300 or 13 into 100. Yeah, 1300 mega electron volt is the binding energy of the parent. Similarly, if you see here, 80 is the atomic mass number. This is having binding energy per nucleon as 7. So there will be 80 into 7 and this will be 120 into 8. These much will be the mega electron volt of the daughters. They won't be equal because of the mass defect. Because of the mass defect, it won't be equal. Everybody with me on this? So how much will this come out to be? 7 8s are 56, correct? 12 8s are 96, so 960 plus 560, 56 plus 96, 50 plus 90 is 1000, yeah, 1520. Just check this out. If it is 1520 is the final answer, mega electron volt. Just check this out. Everybody with me on this? Do you see there is a mismatch? Why is this mismatch? Why is there a mismatch? Because of the mass defect. In fact, that's why the energy is released or maybe absorbed. I do not know whether it is absorbed or released. Now you'd think from here to here, because the binding energy has increased from 1300 to 1520, because the binding energy has increased, has it become more stable or less stable? Answer that, because then you will be able to decide the sign, else you will always be confused about the sign. Thank you, Arshan. Is it becoming stable or unstable? Tell me that first. Thank you, Arshan. Come on, guys. What is it becoming? Is it becoming stable or unstable? Whenever binding energy is more, then it is becoming more stable. So this is more stable. And whenever things become stable, then they always come with the energy which is released. This energy released will be the higher minus the lower binding energy. So that will be 1520 minus 1300. So that's going to be 220 mega electron volt. That's the answer. That's the answer. Yes, it's plus 220. By chance, this was 1300. This was 1520. This was 1300. This was 1520. From higher binding energy, it's going to lower binding energy. When the binding energy is less, it becomes unstable. If it's unstable, you have to supply energy. So energy won't be released. In fact, energy will be taken and the answer will be minus 220. Understood? Be careful. Just when you solve the problem, like okay, plus 20, don't go ahead. Think why the answer came. Think why is it plus, why not minus. Just don't care about the magnitude. Thank you, Langeshwaran. Moving on to the next question. Work done in increasing the size of a soap bubble from 3 to 5 is approximately. Beautiful question. Many students end up making a mistake over here. So let's see what are the concepts involved. First of all, you have a soap bubble whose size radius is 3 centimeters. And what you do now is basically make its size go like 5 centimeters. So obviously you have increased the area and surface area. When it increases, think surface tension. Obviously the surface energy increases. More area, more surface, more exposure, more instability, more surface potential. To increase the surface potential energy, you obviously need to do work on that system. So whatever work you are doing is just going in increasing the surface energy of that particular bubble. I hope that's clear. So King, for entertainment, y minus will be there when it becomes unstable. When it is unstable, it will not like to go there. You have to supply energy. The question asked was how much energy is released. Energy is not released, energy will be absorbed. So if the question was energy released, then the answer will be minus 220 because it is actually absorbing. So when things become stable, it releases. Think of it this way. When you release gas from your system, you become very happy. No? Think of that example. Such a nice gas release. You become very happy. No? So release of energy makes you more stable, very happy. But when you fill in gas, you drink a lot of soda, you'll become very unstable, right? Lot of gas soda you drank. Coca-Cola, this, that, God knows, lime soda. You'll become very unstable, no? You'll be like, sir, something is happening in my stomach. Gudu is happening. Gudu is happening. And then you'll be like, sir, released. Now it is fine. So that's the same thing in nuclear chemistry also. Cool, guys? Okay, moving on. So what is happening over here? Work done, guys. Work done is delta U. And which country you should remember for surface tension? USA. USA. U is energy. S is surface tension. A is area. So delta U will be S into delta A. Delta U will be S into delta A. So S into delta A. So S is S. That's 0.03. Delta A is the change in the area. So it will be 4 pi final area, which will be 5 into 10 to the power minus 2 whole square. But that also into 2. Do you know why this 2 has come? A lot of people do not use this 2. Why? Because see, internal surface is also there, outside surface is there. When you take a bubble, what is it? It's a thin film. A film has 2 sides. A coin has 2 sides, heads and tails. Think of a coin. Coin has 2 sides, heads and tails. So film, how many sides it has? 2 sides, 2 surfaces. 2 surfaces means 4 pi r square is just the outer surface. Inner surface is also 4 pi r square. So that's that 2. So that 2 is because of in and out, both surfaces. And this minus 4 pi into inner surface area, 4 pi r square. R is 3 into 10 to the power minus 2 and obviously into 2 again. So this is going to end up as, this will be 3 into 10 to the power minus 2. I can take few things common, like 10 to the power minus 4 will come out common from here, 10 to the power minus 4. 4 pi and into 2 will also come common, so it will be 8 pi. And I'll be left with 5 square, that's 25. And from here, 3 square, I forgot that square. So 3 square, matlab minus 9. That's all. Now just have to solve this. So 8 3s are correct. Yep, 24 into 10 to the power minus 6 into 16. Just do the math and see which of the answers. Oh, I forgot 1 pi. So that pi is also there. Which of the answers matches? Which of the answer matches? Just check that out. Is it coming very close to, nearly, approximately? Approximately. Is it coming out to be 0.4? Just check it out. 0.4. I'm from which state? I'm from solid state, Bhavani. But 80% of me is liquid state because I'm almost made of water. Little bit of gas, not too much. I didn't drink soda. Yeah. So, yeah, that's the answer. 0.4 pi millijoules. There you go. Let's move on to the next question. Very good, Kishobardandar. Oh, Prashant, very good, very good. Yeah. So let's move on to the next one. A rocket of initial mass ejects a gas at constant rate of 10 kg per second with a relative speed of 5 kilometers per second. What is the acceleration of the rocket 50 seconds after the blast, neglecting gravity? Beautiful question on your, what do you say, variable mass systems. Okay, let's try to solve this. So this rocket, see, the rocket is also full of gas. So it's also releasing and becoming very happy. Right? So the rocket is also becoming very happy. Okay, so it releases some mass and it becomes smaller in mass, not size. It's releasing something. So here the original mass was 1500 kg. 1500 kg at t is equal to 0. The question is at time 50 seconds. So at t is equal to 50 seconds, can you tell me what is the mass of the rocket? Come on guys, everybody. What is the mass of the rocket? Hey, Bhavani, okay, I was just kidding, Bhavani. Bhavani, I am from many states because my paternal side is from Andhra Pradesh. My maternal side is from Maharashtra and Karnataka side. And I have been born and brought up in Karnataka, but I was, born in Tamil Nadu, but I've been brought up in Maharashtra. Right now I'm in Karnataka. So many mixture. It's like that mixture you get, no? That Haldiram mixture. I am like that Haldiram mixture. Yes, very good. 1000 kgs. Everybody was able to do this. So it will be nothing but 1500 minus mass is ejected at 10 kgs per second. In 50 seconds, you will eject how much mass? So simple. So that is 1000 kg. Beautiful, guys. Now there will be some force. Because there is some force, that is why there is some acceleration. Who is that force? Thrust force. This force is just given by m times dv by dt. Oh, no. V times dm by dt, my bad. This is just given by V, ejection, into dm by dt. That is the value of this force. Using Newton's law, you will say F is equal to ma. F is equal to ma. What is F? F is nothing but V dm by dt. V, which is exhaust, into rate of change of mass, which is dm by dt, is equal to mass at that instant into the acceleration. The velocity of the exhaust is 5 kilometers per second. That's 5 into 10 to the power 3. Rate of change of mass is 10 kgs per second. Mass, I just found out, 10 to the power 3, which is 1000 into a. 1000, 10 to the power 3 cancel. So 5 into 10 remains as the acceleration. So acceleration is 50 meters per second square. Done, done. Rashmi, I'm not teaching in offline right now, but I used to teach long time back before Vedantu. Many offlines. Okay, yes. Is that okay, guys? Everybody loved this question? Okay, awesome. Hi, Sai. Very good, Roshant. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, sir, this is a mock test, but you are only solving this. Please let us solve. That's if I let you solve, you will take a lot of time. Then every student will be like, sir, I'm done now. Sir, wait now. Sir, please wait. Give me 2-3 more minutes. So if you want, you can do one thing. You can pause the video also, even in a live class. That's okay. And the reason why you're seeing me today is not because of actually you want to give the mock test here, but because you want to see and explore the different kinds of questions and how to approach them. If you want to take it as a test, feel free to do that by pausing the video. No issues. Okay? And what will happen is if I take a long pause, it will look very, very awkward for the students watching this video. Sir is suddenly not talking anything. Just think about it. How many? Sound check. Look at that. Oh my God. Somebody saw like, okay, sir, no sound, sir, no audio. Guys, I was kidding. I was deliberately acting. Chill. Okay, let's go on to the next question, guys. Moving on to the next one. Which of the following statement is wrong? De Broglie wavelengths are probability waves. De Broglie wavelengths of a moving particle is inversely proportional to its momentum. De Broglie waves can interfere with each other. In general, wave nature of the matter is not observed in daily life. Which of the following one is correct? Lingeshwaran was able to hear me. Thank you, Lingeshwaran. Okay, come on, guys. Think which of the following is correct. Thank you, Sai. What is the correct one? Oh, the question is which is the wrong statement. Be careful. Which of the following is wrong? Jagan, I have just made a formula revision session. Just check it out. Just search for formula Shreyas sir, JEE, NEET, whatever. You will get one 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours video. Just watch it. Watch it again and again. Nothing more. If I take it again, I will not invent new formulas. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, the correct answer is option A. De Broglie waves are not probability waves. They are matter waves. It's not a probability wave. No. That's wrong. Okay, de Broglie wavelength of a moving particle is inversely proportional. Yes. Lambda is nothing but h divided by p. Correct. De Broglie wavelength, yes, they can interfere. Any waves can interfere with each other. In general, the wave nature of the particle is not observed for daily life because momentum is large and wavelength is very small. That's why you do not see it. That's also correct. Okay, next question, guys, coming up on your screen, and here it is. Anne is saying Will Smith is waiting for me to give him. No. I'm not going to Oscars where Will Smith is there. I'm very scared. He slapped last time, the comedian. Who knows what he will do? Next time he will kick only. And what? I have to learn karate to meet Will Smith. I'm not going anywhere near Will Smith. And that to Oscars? No ways. Sorry, guys. Thanks for the invitation. So what is the correct answer, guys? This is a wave going in the negative x-axis. Which points are moving up? Which points are moving up at the instant shown? What is the correct one? Maths is over, but I think Shimon sir will take the extra questions maybe tomorrow or something. Don't worry. I'm from Bangalore. Thank you for all the love from Gujarat. Thank you. Thank you, Kola. Thank you so much. C option, is that so? See, whenever such questions come, first of all, eliminate few options like you know they are going to be at rest. Like this point, C, definitely it will be at rest because it's the extreme point. Because the particles go up and down. Even this point E is at the extreme point. So in an extreme points, in a simple harmonic motion or oscillation, it stops. Accelerates, stops at the extreme points. That's all. Now, whichever answer will be there will be A, B, D, F, G only. So wherever you see E and C, eliminate that. E, you can see over here, eliminate. That will be wrong. C, E and C, I can see E over here, eliminate it, gone. So it will be either B and C. It will be either B and C. Everybody? Okay, so let's try this out. Move the wave slightly. Move the wave slightly over here like this. Move the wave slightly over here like this, so that you can get a feel of where it is moving. A point after some time will come here. Do you see? A point will come here. B point will come here. B point will come here. D point will go on the top. D point will go on the top. E is at rest, ignore that. F point will go below. F point will go below on the new place of the string. G is going to go on the top. G is going to go on the top. H is also going on the top. So the points which are going upwards are D, G and H. D, G, H. D, G, H, which is option B, guys. D, G, H. All these points are going up. All of them. Did you understand? Yeah. Chala bagunnara. Chala bagundi. Satvika. Okay. Neevu ella unnaru. Let me know in the chat. Cheppu in the chat box. Okay. Beautiful question. Yeah. Moving on to the next one. Okay. So that's the last question. So this is a homework question. Make sure you solve this and put the answers in the chat box. The comment section after the video ends. And the solution will be uploaded maybe by tomorrow morning or something in the Telegram channel. So I'm pretty sure you're aware where the Telegram channel is, again in the link in the description box. Also, let's take a moment to wish and congratulate all your batchmates, your seniors, your juniors who have made us extremely proud in the last few days, especially after the board results were out. A lot of students asked, sir, how can I manage boards as well as, my JEE NEET preparation? But the fact of the matter is, once you're preparing for JEE or NEET, you automatically prepare yourself for simpler exams like boards, be it state or be it CBSE or even ICSE. And that's what students again and again have done and proved over here. In the first attempt of JEE Mains, of all the Vedantu students, you saw 1,282 students got above 90 percentile, 97 percentile, 659 students, 242, 99 percentile. And the results are still being counted. There are many students whose results are yet to be found and all those things. And also class 10th and class 12th results in CBSE, 473 Vedantu students got about 90% and in 10th standard, and above 90% in 12th standard, 190 students, and above 95%, 58 students. Same thing with ICSE. So this is a magic which students have created, and these are your batchmates, probably your seniors, your juniors. Take a time to congratulate them, and if you want to congratulate them, leave a comment or smash the like button, and also make sure you are subscribed onto the channel so that you do not miss any of the awesome videos. And if you want to join any of the Vedantu courses, you can always check out the link. You can browse the website as well, and make sure you use the best discount coupon code to get the best offers. And if you have any difficulties, you can always get back to me on my Instagram handle, and the coupon code is SHHPRO. You can always recommend this coupon code to your friends, your relatives, anyone who wants to buy a course or who wants to be a part of the online revolution. Thank you very much, guys. If Shimon sir is ready, maybe Shimon sir will come right now. Else this will be the last session. Okay, Shimon sir's internet is working. I'm pretty sure he'll come back. That's it from my side. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow sharp at 10 o'clock on the Sure Short series for your JEE Main second attempt, the final attempt. That's our final blow, final nail in the coffin before we wind up our academic year for the JEE Main specially. And then we'll be beginning with BitStat and JEE Advanced and all the other things that are needed. Bye-bye. Take care. All the best. Hasta la vista. This was Captain Shreyas signing off.